is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
สำหรับผมในกีฬาฟุตซอลครับ2อย่างที่ต้องมีครับในตัวนักกีฬาฟุตซอลครับก็ระเบียบวินัยแล้วก็ความมุ่งมั่นครับมี2อย่างนี้ก็ทำให้คุณอาจจะประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
ก็ฟุตซอลเป็นเหมือนชีวิตผมครับเพราะว่าผมทำมันมาตั้งแต่เด็กแล้วก็คิดว่ามันน่าจะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งในชีวิตของผมเลยครับ
ผมเสียสละในกีฬานี้ก็ในเรื่องของเวลาครับเพราะว่าเราต้องทิ้งทุกอย่างไปข้างหลังครับแล้วก็คอนเซนเทรตแล้วก็มีความมุ่งมั่นกับกีฬานี้เพื่อที่จะพัฒนาตัวเองแล้วก็ไปสู่ความสำเร็จครับ
สำหรับต้องมีความมุ่งมั่นแล้วก็ความอดทนแล้วก็ความพยายามครับผมถึงประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
พวกเราไม่เคยหยุดไล่ล่าพวกเรามาที่นี่เพื่อพิชิตพวกเราหยุดไม่ได้
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level. So you have to work hard every day. It's detail. It's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, You can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
Good evening, wherever you're watching in Victoria, across the nation, or indeed around the world. Welcome to Darabin on a frosty Friday night in Melbourne's north. Winter has well and truly settled in, but as the coldness takes to the city, the playoffs are providing the heat on a night like this. We have 2 second legs to determine who will be taking their place in the top flight for next season. At the moment, Melbourne Aku looking to defend their status against Footscray, who are on the promotion hunt of dreams. It is all to play for on a night like this. It finished 2-2 on Sunday in the first leg. Aku led through Maliaros magic until the final minute, where Stojanovski, right at the death, snatched a second and snatched parity for Footscray, who tonight are looking, ever so looking, to do something that would be, for many who would have thought unlikely, even up until Sunday when they took to court a game that they led from the spot before Leong quickly levelled. And both of these two have had a very topsy-turvy season. Tonight should be no different. Aku found themselves in series futsal after Altona folded, and as a result, Footscray went up to the championship. So in a way, they can thank Aku for the position they're in, but I'm sure all friendlies will go out of the window tonight until full time at least. We'll go through the starting lineups for you as well. For Aku, Lachlan Maliaros, who scored one of the finest goals in playoff history on Sunday, starts in goal. Connor Irwin, Colin Leong, Oscar Yee and Noah Ma starting out for QEMU's side. For Footscray, Jan Kolowski starts in between the sticks. Gustus, Stojanovski and Vidal round out the starting five for the side who are looking to go for 2 promotions in the season. But Noah Ma is on the march early. Leong's up with him. That's a super slide from Stojanovski. Had to get a touch on it and turned it wide for the game's first corner. Aku wanting to start at a frantic pace. Corner taken quickly. Stojanovski went down. Ma drilled it across the face. Oski wasn't there to meet it at the back post. Stojanovski has stayed down. Didn't look intentional, but he might have caught just a flailing arm. Courtesy of the Melbourne Aku pivot. Footscray skipper. Back to his feet. Vidal. Down the line for Barrientos. Couldn't get in ahead of Yee. Vidal took over. Gustus. Waited on Noah Ma. Rolled it for Stojanovski. Leong came to press. Barrientos picked it up. Vidal left it on the switch smartly. Gustus had gained some ground. Face to face with Ma. That violet wall proving hard to break down. Barrientos. Can Footscray find a way early? Ma made the block. Irwin was robbed of it. Ma took a tumble. Stojanovski on his own turned it wide. That was their moment to make an early headline. It some way, somehow found its way to Stojanovski, who went for the near post. Maliaros didn't quite get the angle covered, but he couldn't spin it into the bottom corner. Will Footscray rue those misses? Irwin around Vidal, not beyond Gustus, who cleared it only as far as Noah Ma. Yee. Leong, who got the leveller on Sunday in almost as quick a fashion as Footscray took the lead from the spot. Here he is again. Colin Leong away from Vidal in before Stojanovski could make a challenge. Oscar Yee looking to go down the line. Vidal with a very tidy challenge in. Footscray tonight are on the brink of series futsal for the first time in their history. If they were to win, they would be sitting right at the very top table. would be the second championship side to gain promotion in a playoff series which has given us everything and then some so far. This is the first time that both second legs have started level since 2 seasons ago in 2024 season 1. Hume were level 1 apiece with Northcote that night, and Northern Phoenix and Western United shared the spoils in a 6-goal thriller. Noah Marr is trying to give Aku an early advantage. Vidal with a very tidy challenge. Split the two to find Stojanovski. Irwin wanted to make the challenge, recycled it to Barrientos. Footscray's turn to call for some calm. Gustus tried to give it back to Barrientos down the line. Connor Irwin, happy to see it trickle out all the way back to his keeper. Neither side really hitting a rhythm so far. Vidal with a loose touch, invited Noah Marr, who won it back smartly. Oski, brilliant save. Fired it straight at Jan Kolofsky, who had to get across and had to get something on it. But Aku turning the screw early. Footscray still, you'd say, with the best chance of the night. Irwin tried to slice it through to Noah Marr. You can see that incision, which was from a few members of the Aku camp. The one thing that they maybe could have shown more of on Sunday, it might have been nerves of the first leg. But tonight they're certainly looking to be more creative and proactive in possession. Gustus. Footscray just happy to take their time and try and work a way around Aku. Gustus into Stojanovski. Irwin picked it up. Couldn't get away from Vidal. Irwin kept it alive. Gustus with a smart challenge. Stojanovski won in. Vidal kept it going. And Oski's challenge was adjudged to be a fraction too late. Another returner for Footscray tonight, Martin Huang, who's over on the right flank. Footscray have a free kick. And perhaps an opportunity to make Maliaros work. Gustus from range off the post! Vidal on the follow-in, couldn't get the same trajectory. Gustus called it sweet and crashed it against the woodwork. Maliaros rooted to the spot. And Aku survive a scare. Fernandez, who is a massive re-inclusion tonight. Man donning the Melbourne Aku armband. Oski, not away from Gustus, who just gave the woodwork a rattle and nearly gave Footscray the dream start. Irwin. Yi took a heavy touch. Gustus has won in. Vidal's up with him. Huang was on the far side. Ruslan with a tidy recovery challenge. Gustus' side ball. Vidal. Quick 1-2. Oski, he got an all-important foot in. Gustus in ahead of Ruslan. Tried to turn around him. But again, the challenge was made. Jan Kolofsky. Back for Gustus. Down the line for Hancock, who's got in ahead of Irwin. Huang has picked it up. Fernandez had to make the challenge, had to be tidy, and timed it to absolute perfection. We talk about things starting level and ending level. Melbourne Aku have drawn both of their most recent 2 second legs in their playoff series. And Footscray, the last time they were in the playoffs, were beaten 13-5 on aggregate by Roxburgh Park. Well, they were trying to gain promotion from State League 1. Jan Kolofsky! Free kick for Aku. Bit of a hole, bit of a scramble. Maliaros impeded. And Melbourne Aku's man between the sticks starts it again. Fernandez, not over Huang. Was looking for Oski with depth. And Aku tonight are looking to override some playoff pain. Beaten in both of their previous ties, and their last success came all the way back in 2022 when they triumphed over Vic Friendship in a real topsy-turvy tie, which Aku found a way to win. They found a way to get the better of it. Their last relegation from the top flight, coming in season 2 of the same year, when they were beaten by Hume. And tonight they will want to avoid a similar fate, having just been promoted back to the top flight. There is so much importance on not letting it slip. Gustus couldn't turn it round the corner. Campos won it in. Hancock's with the initial challenge. Gustus on the second attempt, and Aku will once again have an opportunity to give themselves a look. Ruslan, Fernandez. Hancock's with a challenge, but had to concede a corner. Talk about the first few minutes of games like this being a little bit cagey. Footscray hit the post. Stojanovski has slid one wide. Aku have yet to add anything clean cut. Oskiyi not away from Gustus. Vidal, robust but red. Gustus now on the march, has 2 up with him. Hoang is 1. Gustus on the return. Footscray in front. On the break. Back to front, and Melbourne Aku are rocked. Brilliant counter. Gustus on the charge. Vidal started it all. Hoang precise and ever so composed. Gustus given an open net, one which he obliged, and Footscray lead on the night and lead the tie. Aku now looking as they did on Sunday for a quick reply. Fernandez through the legs of Gustus. Vidal took it over, but he was bundled down by Footscray's number 11, and thus will win Aku a free kick. Maybe a chance to fire themselves level just as quickly as they went behind. The pressure is on. Well and truly on. Ruslan's free kick. Noah Mar with the yards. Vidal with an important block. Mar's second effort turned it over the bar. Jankulovski wanting to go for Gustus. Mar on the retreat. Ruslan's flick on for Leong. Not away from Vidal. Huang came to help out. Gustus trying to turn away. Mar with a tidy challenge. Gustus then bundled Noah Mar over. Aku's advantage. Jankulovski's save. Gustus kept going and will be given a yellow card for his reaction. Man who was booked on the first day, on Sunday, in the first leg, now finds himself in the book for the second 2. There's a conversation with the Footscray bench as well. Just left an elbow in on Noah Mar. Aku again. Will have a free kick. Advantage was a quick one. Leong's shot didn't quite land the way he would have wanted it to. 2 in one sequence. 1 for the lash out, 1 accumulated. Aku with a free kick. Aku with an opportunity. Can they hit back and restore some parity to this tie? Ruslan's take into the feet of Noah Mar, whose touch was too heavy. And they left Gustus out there tonight. They didn't do that on Sunday. They brought him in when he got booked for a rather robust challenge, it has to be said, to stop an Aku breakaway. Tonight, he's got to walk a tightrope once again, and they are keeping him out, putting Footscray in a position of peril. Hancock's with a tidy read. These two have met before in the playoffs. Aku were successful on that night. They won 6-5 on aggregate. They won the first leg in imperious fashion, 4-0. Footscray won the second leg 5-2, but the job was already done by then. Footscray right now in a position to square the ledger. Mar's take. Campos didn't know a lot about it. Mar won it back. Campos with a quick bit of footwork, not around Vidal, who was there to make the block as he tried to find Ruslan. Quickly on for Ruslan, a rap one. Jankulovski beats it away for a corner. Ruslan called it sweet. Footscray's keeper up to the task. Campos' corner short. Vidal can now go on the march once again. He's got two up with him. Now just to hang. Vidal goes alone. Maliaros got down. Franklin's on the follow-in. Campos had it crash into him and made an all-important block. Jan Kolowski's not done. Went long for Franklin. Noah Mal won it up. But Footscray are just making life difficult. Vidal. Jan Kolowski couldn't loft it over Campos. Jan Kolowski getting robust to see it out, but did enough in the end. Quickly for Gustus, face to face with Leong. Moved his way beyond Aku's number 19, around Connor Irwin, and will win a free kick. And just for that, Connor Irwin will find his way into the referee's book as well. Footscray free kick. The last time they flashed one into the frame. Can they double their lead and give Aku already a little bit of a mountain to climb in the second leg? Gustus particularly chirpy. Franklin's free kick, Maliaros down, Gustus on the follow-in, fouled Aku's keeper. Maliaros had it under. Gustus has just really got to be careful. Footscray are also teetering on 5 fouls. Franklin's got a yard, however. Couldn't work away from Leong. He does now. Maliaros makes the save down low. Yi crashed it into Franklin. Leong picked it up. Noah Ma wanting some calm and retreat. Connor Irwin with a loose touch. Might invite Vidal on the press. Irwin down the line for Yi, kept it in. Vidal picked it up. Maliaros with an important save down low. Aku playing themselves into trouble. Stojanovski and Footscray want time out. And Stojanovski and Footscray will get time out. When we come back, they will have a corner, but at the moment, they have got Melbourne Aku absolutely rocked. Footscray up 1-0 on the night, and they currently lead 3-2 on aggregate.
สำหรับผมในกีฬาฟุตซอลครับ2อย่างที่ต้องมีครับในตัวนักกีฬาฟุตซอลครับก็ระเบียบวินัยแล้วก็ความมุ่งมั่นครับมี2อย่างนี้ก็ทำให้คุณอาจจะประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
ก็ฟุตซอลเป็นเหมือนชีวิตผมครับเพราะว่าผมทำมันมาตั้งแต่เด็กแล้วก็คิดว่ามันน่าจะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งในชีวิตของผมเลยครับ
ผมเสียสละในกีฬานี้ก็ในเรื่องของเวลาครับเพราะว่าเราต้องทิ้งทุกอย่างไปข้างหลังครับแล้วก็คอนเซนเทรตแล้วก็มีความมุ่งมั่นกับกีฬานี้เพื่อที่จะพัฒนาตัวเองแล้วก็ไปสู่ความสำเร็จครับ
สำหรับต้องมีความมุ่งมั่นแล้วก็ความอดทนแล้วก็ความพยายามครับผมถึงจะถึง
Immediately from the set piece, Franklin has fired in 2. They have breathing room. Melbourne Aku have a mountain to climb. They must be wondering where they go from here. Maliaros had to clear his lines. Wanted similar to Sunday. What on earth is transpiring here? Footscray have hit twice in the first half, and Aku have no reply. Franklin's bundled Oscar Yi over. And that just adds another layer of complexity to the situation. Footscray have hit 5 fouls in next to no time. They are all now on a tightrope. This might be Melbourne Aku's opening. Irwin into Noah Ma. Leong. They have to find a way back. Oscar Yi, lovely ball, but too heavy. Just too heavy for Leong to latch onto. Gustus. Resuming battle with Noamar. Stojanovski, anywhere will do. Cleared it to Connor Irwin. Now Oscar Yee. Aku exercising patience. Trying to work their way around Footscray. Trying to find a way back into this game, back into this tie, which they now trail 4-2 on aggregate. Leong tried to loft it into Noamar, but it was too long for him. Not a good omen for a side who have lost both previous playoff series, 16-11. They lost 7-6 to Hart, 9-5 to Hume. A lot thought this would have been Melbourne Aku's redemption night, but at the moment, Footscray are acting out the stuff of their wildest fantasies. 2 up, and they have them right where they want them. Irwin, Ruslan, Oscar Yee. There's been a bright spark since arriving from Pascoe Vale. Fernandez couldn't find Irwin. Franklin picked up on it, gave it back to Vidal, who sorted his feet out. Then moved away, clipped it off Gustus. It might work out for them. And now Footscray can pour forward again. Stojanovski, Gustus went alone. Had runners. Franklin one way, Stojanovski the other. Stephen Gustus didn't quite give the same venom as he did to the first. That's a tidy read from Vidal. Owen picked up on it. Ruslan! Fernandez was waiting for it. And Gustus with an all-important intervention to clear it away. But that is much better as far as Melbourne Aku are concerned. Irwin tried to fire it. Jankulovski just about sorted his feet out. Stojanovski in ahead of Fernandez. And he took the final touch off Aku's skipper. Jankulovski. Huang. Stojanovski tried to tease one for Vidal. Oscar Yee causing some protest and then firing in. An absolute beauty. Yee's called that sweet, and Aku have a lifeline. Marvellous hit from Oscar Yee. And that is why they signed him. That is why they acquired Oscar Yee, who has got them back into the tie, has got them well and truly back into the playoffs. Aku hitting hard. Franklin, who scored Footscray's second, rolled it back for Vidal. Huang, Stojanovski, shifted it beyond Xavier Fernandez. Franklin was waiting. Couldn't apply a finishing touch. That would have been disastrous for QEMU's side to concede, having just clawed a goal back. Xavier Fernandez. Now for Oscar Yee, who got them a goal back into it. Vidal, who's got room to turn, had Franklin up with him, waiting on the options. Ruslan wanted to shut the door. Franklin cuts inside. Yee with an important block to take the sting out of it. Oscar Yee once more. Down the line for Ruslan. Couldn't wriggle away from Huang, who did superbly well. And Kolofsky certainly taking all of his time. Vidal, Barrientos. That's a beautiful ball. Franklin just beaten off it again by Oscar. He got the all-important foot in. Huang had a slip and a slide. And in losing his footing, can only find touch. You get the feeling that this game is going to be very tense right until the end. Neither side will be pulling anything in the second half. Yee with a loose one, however. And once more, it just releases the pressure. Ever so slightly. Franklin on for Huang. Tidy ball down the line. Barrientos had his back to Ruslan, then tried to turn and go. But his effort was blocked. Franklin's found off the side ball. He's worked an angle via a deflection. That's a marvellous save, Maliaros. Brilliant recovery, brilliant reflex. And turned out what could have been a bit of a dangerous one. Ruslan not beyond Franklin, still nipping at the heels of him. Ruslan's won it back, in before Barrientos, moved it for Yi, who's just taking the sting out of the situation. Ruslan again, Yi not beyond Huang. Two sides with plenty, absolutely plenty of playoff experience. Two clubs who know about the pressure of this situation so well. Futsal featured in 5 of the last 6 editions. They only missed out in season 2 of 2023. Whether it be the State League 1, State League Championships, or this is their first visit to the State League Championship Series Futsal Elite League Playoff. They're a side who are battle hardened, and on a night where pressure creates diamonds, right now their shine is brighter than Aku's, albeit only just. Franklin. Oski again hot on the press. Neither side giving an inch. Gustus clipped it over the top. Vidal, who was in robustly on Ruslan. Drew a couple of appeals from the Melbourne Aku bench. But once again, it will trickle out of play. And it just takes precious pressure off of QEMU's side. Barrientos, his intervention, stopped Ruslan from lofting one towards Noamar. Of course, we're on series futsal rules tonight, so the stop clock is in play. You can't quite just leave it there, wait for somebody to pick it up, as you might have been able to do on Sunday. Noamar on the spin, Barrientos on the block. Mar picked it back up, twisting, turning, Gustus in firmly, and now they're on the break again. Gustus on the march, Franklin up with him. Stephen Gustus still trying to shift the yard. Oscar Yi in on a firm challenge and has given away a free kick with a late clip. Franklin and Vidal waiting. Barrientos back post. 5 fouls for Melbourne Aku 2. It's been a spiteful and fiery first half to start the second leg. Both have got to be careful for the remainder of the half. In the meantime, Franklin and Footscray have a free kick. Franklin, a drill on the wall, did its job. Gustus on the follow-in. Noamar does his job, not once but twice. 2 incredibly gutsy, 2 terrific blocks, just to make sure that Maliaros didn't have more to do. Leong stopping Vidal's advance. He looked to find Barrientos. Side ball on for Franklin. Barrientos wanted the 1-2. Wanted Vidal down the line, who couldn't keep it in. Just moved a fraction too late. And having been such a feisty affair so far, you might see a different side to these two now. You might see just a more cautious, maybe a less robust outlook. Franklin couldn't stop Noamar from finding Leong, who wanted to find Xavier Fernandez on the switch. However, his ball was a decent way behind him and had only found touch once again. Jankulovski. Gustus wanted Franklin down the line, who's got it on the angle. Flashed it ever so close to making Maliaros work, but it was just wide of the near post. Aku's keeper with a tidy fizz into the feet of Mar. Franklin on the recovery this time, just clipping it clear of his lines. He, of course, started this whole tie, scored from the spot to kick it all off on Sunday. And it maybe just shrugged off some Footscray nerves. Fernandez trying to move away from Franklin, who just stayed with him once again. Made the all-important challenge. Certainly a lot of feeling in that particular ball back from Vidal. Again, they've got to be careful. They've already conceded 5 fouls. If you exceed it, you give Aku a look from 10 yards. Noamar. Melbourne Aku still on the search for an equaliser. Barrientos went on the press. Fernandez picked it up. Couldn't quite wriggle away from Vidal, who did well not to foul him. Mar in on Barrientos, firmly but fairly enough. Leong on the recycle. Got it quickly back from Maliaros. Can Melbourne Aku find something? Leong's loft to nobody in particular. It was longing more than lovely. Jankulovski, Barrientos with a heavy touch. Tried to work it. Leong stayed with him all the way. Fernandez then found Leong again, who shifted it away from Franklin, not once but twice. Vidal in. Again, a little firmly, but with an all-important touch to take it out of play. Fernandez couldn't find Mar. Gustus has done well since that early booking. Can't shift it beyond Leong, who's then left it behind. Gustus has now picked it up again. Franklin was up with him. Vidal was on the advance too. Fernandez can now go the other way. Shifted it beyond Franklin, but not beyond Barrientos. This game has opened up its end-to-end. Vidal beyond Xavier Fernandez, not beyond Leong, who had to clear his lines and slid in smartly. Gustus. Stojanovski. Waiting on the runners. Tidy one down the line for Vidal, who wanted the return. Maliaros did commandingly to pick it up and find Fernandez beautifully. Gustus with a well-timed challenge. Vidal trying to twist and turn his way only into a violet wall. Oscar Yee the one to pick his pocket and now has room. Oscar Yee took a touch off Barrientos. It will be an Aku corner. They've had to open this game up to fashion that opportunity. Oscar Yee's take. Couldn't find Fernandez. Barrientos cleared it. No, Amar. Rattled it off Gustus, who was happy to make the block. Oscar Yee tried to fizz it across. Vidal with an important intervention. Jankulovski off the roof. And Marcus Fernandez is making the protest that that was a back pass, and that Jankulovski couldn't have picked that up. His case waved away. Melbourne Aku skipper was very animated in making his appeal. Vidal with the tidy read. This, of course, not the only playoff on tonight. It all will be settled this evening. And right now, where would you rather be? What would you rather be watching? There cannot be anything beyond series futsal. This league throws up endless drama, it throws up endless chaos, and we're sure Human Phoenix will provide some of that next. If that game is anything like the first leg too, we're in for a treat all night long, especially in the late one. Ruslan in, Stojanovski took a tumble, Gustus on the press, Irwin moved it on for Oscar Yee, who's got around Stojanovski. Aku again protesting. Jankulovski looking for Gustus to flick it on. Maliaros did well to read it. Gustus then wanted to wrestle him. Irwin is on the march the other way. Connor Irwin, Oscar Yee! Jankulovski spilled and then picked it up. Kiwi Mew was most displeased about Gustus grappling with Maliaros. Vidal. Here is Stephen Gustus again. Waiting on the runner, Stojanovski was one. Tidily round the corner for Hancocks. Stojanovski went central. Hancocks wanted the switch. And this game is really, really at a boil right now. It's been simmering since the start. But now with both on 5 fouls, you get the feeling it has reached its maximum temperature. Yee on the drive, just wide. Lovely run. Piercing run from Oscar Yee. Broke through the lines, but couldn't find the bottom corner. Stojanovski did well to keep that, played it smartly off Oscar Yee. Footscray holding the slenderest of leads. 2-1 on the night, 4-3 on aggregate. Against Melbourne Aku, Stojanovski didn't time his leap well enough. Ruslan, the beneficiary, tried to move it away from Gustus and drilled it. Wide of the near post, Jan Kolowski had it covered. Was it to be on target? But it is another Melbourne Aku opportunity, which has gone amiss. Vidal moved it on for Stojanovski just as Yi went to nip in. Stojanovski through Owen's legs, wanted the back post runner, but nobody obliged him. Fernandez, Irwin. Back for Marcus Fernandez. That's a beautiful ball. Connor Irwin, not through the legs. Hancock's had to stay with him to apply the pressure. What a fabulous ball that was from Fernandez. Irwin timed his run well. Jan Kolowski went long looking for Stojanovski. Only found Maliaros, who in turn tried to return it to his opposite number, but could only give a side ball. It's been a season of adversity for Aku. Made a strong start when they were promoted to series futsal, then went a while without a win, finished with back-to-back wins, and now find themselves fighting for their lives to stay in the top flight. It's a battle-hardened side. Gustus wanted to drill it. Hancock's made a late run, but it was too late to make anything happen. But they are finding ways to just make Aku switch off enough. Give themselves an opening. Irwin. Oski wanted it short. Found the feet of Fernandez. Couldn't get away from Gustus. Irwin wanted to make it run, but only ran out of room. Gustus tried to wriggle beyond Ruslan. Irwin read it, but again his touch too loose. And it will just trickle out of play. It's like the final 4 minutes of the first half. Gustus rattled it off Ruslan. Can Aku find an equaliser, or will Footscray find a third before the break? Gustus, Irwin in the way once again. Yi with a tidy touch. Fernandez tried to get away. Vidal. The short way, then the long way, neither was doing. Vidal with two tidy challenges. Irwin. Connor Irwin from range. Jan Kolowski spilled it and conceded a corner. Maybe the pressure is getting to Footscray's shot stopper. Aku now with an opportunity to land a leveller. Fernandez, Irwin! Couldn't quite. Jan Kolowski for Gustus. Face to face with Connor Irwin. Went back for Stojanovski. Tried to clip it for Hancock's. Yi read it best. Irwin now on the move. Fernandez has peeled away. Connor Irwin around Gustus, in before Vidal. Oscar Yi wide. Took a touch as well. Aku will have another corner. They are seriously knocking on the door. Are they about to send the Footscray handle flying off the hinges? Irwin, no Amar, didn't get a clean connection. Did not get a clean connection. That is what they would have wanted as well. It opened up invitingly for Marud, peeled away, unmarked at the near post. Couldn't find the finish. Jan Kolowski couldn't slip it to Stojanovski, who just got a foot in as Oski was looking to advance. Irwin, Stojanovski's picked it off, tried to find Gustus. Fernandez in before him, and now he's one-on-one. Marcus Fernandez has flashed it wide. Aku on a corner, Footscray going the other way. Vidal, Irwin, that's a very good challenge. Connor Irwin with a crisp crunch. As Vidal wanted to venture. Gustus. Tidy return to Vidal. Face to face with Connor Irwin. Tried to stab it through to Stojanovski. Noah Mark can now lead the charge the other way. Might go alone. Jan Kolowski down. Pushed it wide for a corner for Aku. Time ticking down before half time. Aku with a corner, Fernandez to take, Noah Maar to meet it. And Noah Maar to turn it over. This is going in a rather similar vein to Sunday, where Aku dominated a lot of the ball. Footscray had chances at a premium, but made them work. Irwin might be able to have another look. Gustus again in the way, just to make the block. Irwin side ball. Noah Maar on the march. Again, not around Gustus. Slit. Couldn't keep it in play, couldn't turn it towards a dangerous area. Stephen Gustus again. No way around Noah Maar. Wanted to go down the line, did very well to keep it. Did very, very well to keep it. Having worked himself into a cul-de-sac. Could so easily have let it trickle out of play. And just given up possession at a point of pressure. Vidal just allowing them to get a breather too. Jankulovski. Huang. Stojanovski tried to touch it on for Vidal, who was going. Irwin was with him. He might have been able to make the challenge, but in the end, the ball was too heavy and it'll find touch. Aku right now have it all to do in the second half. They need to score twice, at least, to turn this around. Footscray, similarly to how they did on Sunday, are just frustrating them for the time being. Making space and openings hard. And looking to go on the break. Vidal, heavy touch inviting Maar. Vidal away from him. Irwin wanted in ahead of Gustus. Stojanovski in retreat. Vidal with a tidy challenge to get away from one, then lost out! Aku protest. Footscray will have a look. Vidal challenged by Connor Irwin, who is protesting his innocence. The official has called a foul. And from the 10-yard line, Footscray can reinstate a 2-goal buffer. Jankulovski, who's no stranger to a sweet strike, can Maliaros make a massive save. Jankulovski, brilliant save, Maliaros. Has maybe kept Aku alive. Stojanovski now on the charges, lost out to Irwin. Campos. Oscar Yee. Noah Maar. That is a huge save. How big could that be in the context of this game? Yee on the march, Jankulovski down low. That is a golden look for Footscray. To give themselves a bit of breathing room again. And just make Aku work even harder. Maliaros comes up big. Oscar Yee on the break. Maar with the dummy. Campos has picked it up. Rolled it back for Irwin. Huang with an important challenge. Yee on the return. Twisting and turning his way around them. Campos. Maar wanted it centrally. Irwin's picked up. Nearly had a yard. Oscar Yee's kept it alive. Aku now really turning the screw. Oscar Yee. Huang on the block. Stojanovski. Vidal flicked it on. Stojanovski wanted the 1-2. And Vidal will just hammer it away. And again, they must start all over. Irwin. Oscar Yee. Campos. In ahead of Vidal. Yee. Huang again just winning in the nick of time. Maliaros lumping it long. Maar wanted the flick on. Keeper's ball. Keeper's ball. Footscray are just finding a way to hang on at the moment. The plan is clear. Get to half-time ahead. If a chance comes, take it. But at all costs, you must resist whatever Melbourne Aku are going to throw at you. At the moment, so far so good, but there's still time. Yee, Irwin, Campos. That was a lovely ball to find him. Campos away from Gustus. Vidal in support to make the challenge. Turned his way into trouble. Noah Maar made the block and then well over. Melbourne Aku want a penalty. Noah Maar has gone down. And Melbourne Aku will have a penalty. Vidal will have a yellow card for his troubles. This is their opening. On the verge of half-time, having been 2 down early, they could find a way to provide parity and go in at least all square. Oskar Yi for his seconds. Jan Kolowski needs a huge save from the spot to keep Footscray ahead. Gustus getting a talking to. Oskar Yi on the long run. You sense power over placement. Oskar Yi from the spots. Yaku are level. Lash them in with authority. And now we are right back where we started. Restored to where we ended Sunday. Oskar Yi at the double. At the moment is Melbourne Aku's saviour. Footscray have tried to frustrate. Aku have found a way. It's their mid-season acquisition from Pascoe Vale, who is proving to be priceless. Irwin down the line for Campos, who's kept it in. Gave it back for Leong. Gustus can now lead a charge the other way. Irwin one in. Campos the beneficiary. It's momentarily 3-on-2. Franklin on the block. Stephen Gustus wanted a foul. Thought it struck an arm. Oskar Yi, who's on a hat-trick, trying to slide his way through. Leong on the return. Barrientos on the block. Campos. Irwin. Oh, Leong peeled away. Nearly had one all to himself at the back post. Couldn't apply the finishing touch. It was a brilliant ball from Irwin, with pace and incision. But the flick didn't have the accuracy. Barrientos. Franklin. Jan Kolowski, how long have they got? Campos on the cutout. Leong one in ahead of Vidal, and he's bundled over. They'll have another look, you know. They might be able to complete the turnaround before the break. Vidal with a late lunge. And now Melbourne Aku have a golden opportunity of their own. Footscray missed at one end. If Aku make this count, they will lead on the night and they will reinstate a lead in the tie, which they haven't held since Sunday. Oskar Yi for a hat-trick inside the first half. And to complete the Melbourne Aku turnaround within the first period. Again off the long run. Oskar Yi flashes it over. Went for the top corner and Footscray wants to hit them immediately. Franklin Leong has robbed him of it. Yi had two around him. Gustus was one. Oskar Yi took a tumble. Stephen Gustus wanted a dive. And after all of that, it will be a Footscray side ball. We're locked in an arm wrestle, all right. These playoffs have been far from predictable, and Barrientos has nearly got on the end of it to score a beauty. Stojanovski just urging for no more fouls. Maliaros looking for Yi. Gustus in, and Gustus up. They might have one more look. It'd have to come in the seconds that remain. Yi wanted it. Jan Kolowski picked it up. The whistle will beat his effort. But having been two up, Oskar Yi's brace has brought Aku right to where they started. It was two apiece at the end of Sunday. It is two apiece at half-time on Friday. in the second leg. They have a second period to go on and win it. Whoever dares to do that. Half time in Darabin. Melbourne Aku 2, Footscray 2, level at 4.
ประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
พวกเราไม่เคยหยุดไล่ล่า พวกเรามาที่นี่เพื่อพิชิต พวกเราหยุดไม่ได้
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level, so you have to work hard every day. It's detail, it's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
สำหรับผมในกีฬาฟุตซอลครับ2อย่างที่ต้องมีครับใน
Who wants to go and win it? One more half. If they haven't already given everything this season and then some, tonight is where that final 1%, whatever they can give, is required at the very, very bare minimum. Nothing has been able to separate these two sides in 3 out of the 4 halves of futsal we've played so far. Sunday was tight. It was scrappy. And it was moments and seconds of brilliance that meant that we ended level. Tonight, it's been the opposite. Frantic, fast-paced, feisty, fiery and spiteful. And we ended it so far where we ended Sunday. 2 apiece, 4-all on aggregate. Discipline, nerve, and how you handle pressure in this period of time will be who goes on to win this game. Who wants to go on and win this game? Maybe it might be Vidal and Footscray, but his touch lets him down. As he was looked to be clean through, bearing down on Maliaros. Noah Mar, 1 in ahead of Stojanovski. Marcus Fernandez made it work. Tried with loft for Mar. Gustus got up. Those two resuming the battle they had in the first half. Stojanovski bundled into. And will win a free kick from Noah Mar's shove. It doesn't look like there's going to be any ceasing in the hostilities we had in the opening period. Challenges flying in. 5 fouls plus on both sides. It's all about keeping your head. It's how you get your way to the top flight. It's how you stay there. Jankulovski teasing. Barrientos, what a save! What a brilliant save, Maliaros. That is remarkable. Tipped it onto the post and preserved parity. And that might have just kept Aku in it. Vidal, Barrientos wanted the flick again. Maliaros having a word with Oscar Yee. Barrientos with 2 big opportunities to land Footscray ahead. Marcus Fernandez at the other end. Couldn't get it beyond Gustus, who shifted away from one. Stojanovski and Vidal up with him. Gustus wanted it on for Vidal, but it was too heavy for him to get on as he was marauding forward. And again, having opened Aku up, Footscray couldn't find an angle for a shot. Colin Leong wanted to go down the line for Yee. Barrientos happy to see it all the way back. Jankulovski. Barrientos once again. Gustus. Tidy return. Barrientos again, not beyond Leong. Having to settle for a side ball. Stojanovski. Gustus. With Loft trying to find Vidal. A little bit stop-starter. You can understand that both of these sides feel the pressure. Neither have been able to hit a real rhythm in this game, apart from the final 10 minutes of the first half, where it was wide open and free-flowing. Vidal did very well to shield that ahead of Noah Mar. Wanted to go down the line, but Oscar Yee in the way to make the intervention. Perhaps slowing this game down might just be how Footscray find a foothold. Gustus. Barrientos, Jankulovski came across just to make sure. Leong again on the press. And although they're keeping the ball, they are retreating in ground. Maybe just a slightly worrying sign for Footscray. Gustus. Waiting on the runners once again. Barrientos down the line. That's a brilliant timing on the run. And a tidy touch around the corner. Vidal, not beyond Leong, but that is better. It's freer flowing. As far as Footscray are concerned, Aku holding firm. Gustus again. Fizzed it for Barrientos, who took it on the turn and turned it wide. Another opening, another moment for them to make the advantage again. But they couldn't quite find the corner. Maliaros. Leong's taken a tumble. Stojanovski's picked it up and has shifted away from nearly 2, nearly 3. And Ruslan had to get there to make the intervention at the expense of a corner. Stojanovski just shifted away from 1, from 2. And when he was looking to find a third, Ruslan made the challenge. Vidal. Gustus has lost out. Leong nearly had an opportunity. Gustus picks it up well. He read that situation brilliantly. Did Stephen Gustus. That's superb defending. And is now holding off Leong. who, after trying to win the ball on many a time, could only foul him. Just releasing the pressure. Giving Futsal a free kick. Both of these teams wanting to extinguish playoff pain with demons of the past to exercise. Noah Marr is around Jan Kolowski, who's slid in and taken him down. Now then, there is an opportunity, there is a decision to be made. Jan Kolowski missed the ball, took out Noah Marr. Our two officials are having a discussion. It's yellow. It is yellow. And the Aku bench are incensed that was not a different colour. Jan Kolowski in the book. And perhaps fortunate to still be on the court. Something similar happened on Sunday, and Stephen Gustus went in the book for it. Will that be a decisive flashpoint? Noah Marr's free kick. Rattles it into Jan Kolowski. Vidal is now on the break. Stojanovski with him. Footscray could go end to end. It's Stojanovski! Malioros again with a magnificent piece of keeping. Stojanovski wins a corner, but Lachlan Malioros with another terrific save. Footscray looking to go end to end. Stojanovski with loft. Gustus on the volley, another magnificent save. Marr's block equally as good. Ruslan then picked it up. Stojanovski wanting to make the challenge on Noah Marr. Gustus in on him. And Melbourne Aku will just keep it again with a side ball. What a moment. Both of those could have been. What a passage of futsal. Jan Kolowski nearly saw red. And Footscray nearly made Aku pay on the break. What a golden opportunity. Stojanovski, Vidal, Barrientos. Back for Vidal, now Gustus. Again, waiting on the runners, he saw Vidal short. Ruslan was nearly in. Vidal has done very well to read the situation. Gustus. Oski trying to hold him up. Stephen Gustus did superbly. These two didn't get the chance to meet in the championship before Aku's promotion because Footscray took their place. Noah Marr's not on. Vidal nearly tried to make it work. Marr away from Stojanovski. Oski, he's up with him. Gustus with an ever-important slide. What a challenge. And it again just slows up the Aku advance. Ruslan. All the way back for Irwin. Round the corner for Noah Marr. Ruslan again. Irwin wanted it with urgency. Has now got a yard. It took a touch. Aku will have a corner. Stojanovski made the block. And it might now be Melbourne Aku's turn to make some problems. Marr. Oski. Marr with a tidy dummy. Refound Irwin. Oski once again. Vidal and Stojanovski wanting to slam the door. The Footscray pair did just that. Melbourne Aku possibly suffering from a similar story as Sunday. A lot of possession, a lot of territory, but are struggling to make inroads. And right now, it is playing into Footscray's hands. All they need is for frustration to boil over a little bit, and they will have a look. Franklin fired it into Oski. Can really feel the tension in this place. It's Franklin again. Looked to fire for the bottom corner this time. Didn't quite get the whip he desired. And it curled wide. You could seriously hear a pin drop in Darabin right now. These two dead level, both not wanting extra time, which is the option if we can't find a winner, and then it will be a cruel and a dreaded shootout at the end of it all if they are still inseparable. Connor Irwin with a heavy touch. Franklin, Augustus, quick 1-2. Irwin with a tidy challenge. Franklin picked it up. Trying to shift away from Noah Mart. Jankulovski with a lovely ball. Franklin, who was backing into Irwin. Footscray wanted a foul, but Franklin took a rather inadverted tumble. Campos. Can Melbourne Aku find an opening? Irwin only cleared it into Franklin, who's now hot on the press of him. Connor Irwin did very well. Read that situation incredibly nicely. And then with loft, Gustus one in. Franklin now the beneficiary. Vidal's on the far side. Gustus was momentarily with him. Vidal twisting and turning, and Irwin blocking. Another Footscray corner. To fashion an opportunity to get themselves back in front. Ruslan could only clear it back to Gustus, who has two around him. Stojanovski thought about it first time. Couldn't shift away from Noah Mart, who's given it away to Franklin. Gustus got around Ruslan. Did keep it in, but it'll trickle all the way out for Maliaros' ball. Time ticking down still. Who wants to go and win it? Ruslan gave it away to Stojanovski. Noah Mart did just about enough. Connor Irwin tried to go down the line for Mar, but again, Aku lacking that final ball. Something both teams have struggled with throughout this series, throughout this tie, throughout tonight. Vidal kept himself going. Maliaros came and on the slide, timed it to absolute perfection. Super challenge from the Aku keeper. Stojanovski was still moving. It was still moving. And Melbourne Aku will now have it back. Marcus Fernandez back on court. QEMU may be sensing that this is their opportunity. Inside the final quarter of an hour. Before we head to extra time, Fernandez, Campos. For Marcus Fernandez. Tried a spearing ball for Ruslan. Campos might have it work out for him. Jankulovski came, dangled a leg. Campos kept going, and Franklin with a firm challenge on retreat. Fernandez, again not around Franklin, who's made a couple of cool challenges. And Footscray will need to keep that cool. This game has simmered since the start. Oh, in the drill one! And Ruslan couldn't turn it in. That might have been another look, you know. Ruslan in a too much pace for him to find a finishing touch. Franklin at the other end. Fouled by Connor Irwin, who was trying to hold him up. QEMU, again, most unhappy about it. Franklin and Stojanovski, the two holding discourse. It is Franklin's free kick! Marcus Fernandez with a brave block. He's worn one for it, but he had to make that block. Aku's skipper putting himself on the line. That's a terrific piece of valour from Marcus Fernandez. Stojanovski just going to check on him, make sure he's all right. He's back on his feet. All seems to be okay. That's an important and a very, very, very brave block. Stojanovski's corner. Franklin again trying to shift it. Ruslan in the right place. Irwin picks it up. Wanting to go the long way around Franklin. Vidal always in the best position. Lovely shift away from Campos. Footscray 3-on-2. Vidal wanted to go down the line for Huang, but he was too far advanced for the ball that was behind him. Irwin. Fernandez. Footscray opting not to go on the press, and that's why Fernandez has given it away while trying to up the tempo. Hwang. Franklin. Had Stojanovski momentarily. Vidal's gone inside. Franklin on the overlap. Recycled it to Hwang. Quick 1-2. Vidal looking to turn away from Irwin. Now Franklin. Face to face with Julio Campos. Franklin wanted to go one way. Campos took a tumble. And well on the floor, was playing with it. Stojanovski wants to know how many fouls Aku have accumulated. Gustus coming back on. Franklin with a free kick. Hwang taking up camp near Maliaros. Gustus back post. Stojanovski. Franklin to drill it. Maliaros beats it away. Fernandez picked it up. Ruslan couldn't charge forward. Marcus Fernandez did brilliantly. Stojanovski dived in. Hwang won it back. Gustus now waiting on the runners. Couldn't get away from Campos. Tidy ball into Stojanovski, who couldn't sort his feet out. Invited Fernandez, then won it back. Stojanovski challenged by Owen, and it'll again trickle out of play. Melbourne Aku now the ones calling for calm. Who wants to win it, eh? Who wants to go and win a game like this? With so much at stake, so much on the line. For Footscray, it'd be the stuff of dreams. Back-to-back promotions. And top flight futsal. Beckon if they can find a goal. For Melbourne Aku, they would retain a status in which they have come to be familiar with. They would continue to sit at the top table. In some eyes would justify their promotion. But safety and ensuring it is all that matters at the moment. But to do that, both have to break a deadlock. Fernandez, Oscar Yee, who's on a hat-trick. Oscar Yee inside, rolled it wide again. But he's getting those openings, he's getting those looks. And at the moment, he is the one who Aku are running it through. Gustus, Irwin, challenged cleanly, gave it away to Franklin, who twisted and turned back. Franklin with one up with him. Irwin on the block. Footscray will take the corner. Hancock's, Franklin. Hwang had just drifted momentarily. Franklin cuts inside, Oscar Yee on the block. Jan Kolowski wanted to keep it rolling. Gustus. Couldn't get away from Fernandez. Hancock's switched it for Hwang, who took a slip and a stumble. Aku one handball. Hwang continuing. Maliaros beating it away. Owen flicking on. Campos finding Fernandez. And Oscar Yee taking the sting and taking the fire and nerves out of the situation. Fernandez. Quick 1-2 with Campos. Oscar Yee. Away from Hancock's. Fernandez not beyond Gustus, who's won it back well. Got away from Fernandez, not away from Campos. Fernandez was charging forward. Julio Campos chose to cool it down. Irwin. Drilled it into Hwang. You can see Phoenix and Hume getting prepped behind play. They're up next. They will know who's in series futsal before they take to court. The Black Army looking to keep the run going. Northern Phoenix looking to end many a season of playoff pain. They met last season. This time round, a lot closer than what that turned out to be. Irwin. Oscar Yee once again. Face to face with Hwang. Down the line on the return for Irwin. Campos now inside. Lovely 1-2. Irwin's touch just too heavy. But again, the incision from Aku is there. But Footscray holding firm enough to frustrate them. Gustus. Hancock's returned it to Gustus, wanted to clip it over the top. Barrientos had already made his move, however. Maliaros gleefully accepted. Irwin. Yee has lost out. Hancock's was on the march and was bundled over by Oscar Yee. Footscray won a card. Oscar Yee will go in the book. Hancock's was looking to bear down. 4 fouls for Aku, who are now on a tightrope. Gustus's free kick. Is this Footscray's chance to reinstate the lead? Hancock's waiting. Huang on one post, Barrientos on the other. Irwin, the only man in the wall. Leong and Ma on the line. And Gustus has nearly drilled it through all of them. Hancock's on the following off Ruslan. Will be a Footscray corner. Gustus got late movement. Noah Ma did his job on the line. Gustus to have another go. Irwin this time to make the block. Ruslan, anywhere will do. And again, Footscray will reset. Hancock's. Gustus. Tried to get around Leong. Ran out of play before getting a poke on it. Melbourne Aku now with a chance to gain some momentum. Leong wanted Ruslan to dart. Irwin. Ruslan. Returned it to Connor Irwin. Tried to fizz it into the feet of Noah Ma, who took a heavy touch. Barrientos. And then Gustus took over. Jan Kolowski went long. That's a tidy ball. Huang's taken that down well. Hancock's has made it work. Barrientos, back stick! Leong with an important block. Another Footscray corner. They've just snatched the ascendancy from Aku. Hancock's take. Gustus on the volley. Leong clearing his lines. Huang in retreat. Touched in ahead of Ruslan. Happy to concede it. Is this where QEMU side turn the screw? Leong back for Irwin. Noah Ma. Again, just waiting on a bit of movement, waiting on some runners. Irwin. Ruslan. Face to face with Huang. All the way out. Connor Irwin, why not? And he wasn't far away. He was not far away. Speared it towards the top corner, but it had too much height. Gustus won it down the line. Ruslan's one in. Gustus with a brilliant challenge. Irwin's picked it up. Connor Irwin on for Leong. Ruslan on his own. Brilliant save. Not once but twice. What a terrific double save from Jan Kolowski. And Gustus has bundled Leong over. He might walk for this, you know. He's already been in the book. And Stephen Gustus has seen red. Second yellow. Leong has stayed down. It's getting rather fiery. It's getting rather unpleasant. Leong in the book. Stephen Gustus is sent off. It's been bubbling and bubbling, and it's come to a boil. They've been trying at it since he got a yellow. Gustus in the playoffs walks. Leong into the book for his reaction. All sorts of commotion. But Stephen Gustus sees red and sees his night come to an end. And now a man down, Footscray. Will have to hold on. Aku will be banging the door down. Jan Kolowski, just forced into the double save of his life, will have to do more and then some. Fernandez and Oscar Yee immediately back on. QEMU has shown his hand. This is a series and a game that's had everything. How unbelievable. Gustus got it. Aku had antagonised him for a while, but Barrientos nearly, ever so nearly got a quick goal. Malioros furious with his defence, concedes a corner, but it was nearly oh so much worse. Barrientos out, Jan Kilovski might be within range, you know. He's going to have a go. Fernandez has picked it off. Marcus Fernandez wanted the fantastic Jan Kilovski, watching it trickle wide. Spearing it long, looking for Barrientos. Oski took a touch. Footscray will happily see it. They'll be eager to get the extra back out there as soon as possible. Jan Kilovski again searching for Barrientos. Oski did well to crowd him out and then get it back from Malioros. Melbourne Aku on the march. Fernandez. Can they find a way? Oski. Him and Fernandez just knocking it about, trying to work an angle for a shot at Jan Kilovski. Fernandez went the other way for Mar, but could only watch it go out. Pressure. Beyond pressure. Too long for Barrientos. Again, Footscray sit in. Aku. This might be their opening. It might be their opportunity. Fernandez. Oski. Mar down the line. Returned it. Yi. Fernandez! Block. And Barrientos hooks it towards us. Commentary. Box nearly in danger. Aku searching for a goal that would turn it all as they clear their lines. Queuing an extra back on. Jan Kilovski round the corner. Huang, who took a loose touch. They'll have that. In fact, QEMU thought about it. They didn't take it. They didn't take it. He's not happy about it. Ruslan. Yi. Fernandez. Ruslan again. Worked it back. Oski wanted a yard. Fernandez near post. Tried to stab it for Noamar. QEMU this time will get it. He had to urge it for the second time. Melbourne Aku get their timeout. Footscray still a man down. Stephen Gustus seeing red. The second half has not found a goal. We have not found someone to lead the tie. It is still as it was at half time. Melbourne Aku 2, Footscray 2, on aggregate full rule.
ในตัวนักกีฬาฟุตซอลครับก็ระเบียบวินัยแล้วก็ความมุ่งมั่นครับมี2 อย่างนี้ก็ทำให้คุณอาจจะประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
ก็ฟุตซอลเป็นเหมือนชีวิตผมครับเพราะว่าผมทำมันมาตั้งแต่เด็กแล้วก็คิดว่ามันน่าจะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งในชีวิตของผมเลยครับ
ผมเสียสละในกีฬานี้ก็ในเรื่องของเวลาครับเพราะว่าเราต้องทิ้งทุกอย่างไปข้างหลังครับแล้วก็คอนเซนเทรตแล้วก็มีความมุ่งมั่นกับกีฬานี้เพื่อที่จะพัฒนาตัวเองแล้วก็ไปสู่ความสำเร็จครับ
สำหรับต้องมีความมุ่งมั่นแล้วก็ความอดทนแล้วก็ความพยายามครับผมถึงประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
พวกเราไม่เคยหยุดไล่ล่าพวกเรามาที่นี่เพื่อพิชิตพวกเราหยุดไม่ได้
We return from timeout. Still 2 apiece, still dead level. And Footscray still a man down. 7.5 to go is when they will be reinstated to the full 5. Can Aku find a goal to turn it around? Big Aku contingent on the far side. Francis Marr will Keeble. All part of the journey. And Christian Peluso too played his part. Can they find a goal that would put them ahead? Both on the night and in the tie. It might be precious in a game that has been an arm wrestle, in a tie that's been an arm wrestle from start to finish. Footscray have gone stride for stride all the way. They now must continue to do so until the end at least. Just take a moment for everything to be reset. A few more breaths for Footscray team that will have to have more in the tank than required. Augustus given his marching orders. For Aku. 2 playoff series. 2 of hurt. 2 of wondering what if. 2 of longing. Almost willing. Something, anything to happen. And now they will be looking to find a way. They will have to use all the might. Footscray wants to frustrate. Ruslan side ball. Noah Moore immediately! Over the bar. What a game. What a game this has been. Jan Kulowski's hit the railing. Who's got the nerve? Fernandez. Mar once again. Back for Marcus Fernandez. Aku still trying to turn the screw against the Footscray side who are a man down. Oscar Yee. Mar. Fernandez, it was just behind him. Gave it back to Noah Mar. Tried to roll it for Ruslan. Super important touch from Hancock's. On the scene to make the intervention. Fernandez again. Ruslan. Noah Mar, that's it! They found their goal! Melbourne Aku have their salvation! Noah Mar has smashed it into the roof of the net. And having been 2 down, having been on the canvas, they have turned it around. And now it's on Footscray to find an answer. 7.5 to save themselves, or Aku will keep their place. Vidal. Franklin. Irwin's one in, or they can find a second for some space of their own. Franklin on the recovery. Touched it round the corner. Xavier Fernandez and Connor Irwin hot on the press. You can feel the belief back in this side. Huang. Vidal. Franklin on the switch. Noah Mar with the all-important touch. The all-important leg in the way. Franklin from a quick 1-2 with Hancock's. Twisting and turning his way through. Hancock's tried to drill one. Ruslan got a touch, which benefited Huang, who in turn could only find touch himself. Fernandez. Speared it down the line for Noah Mar, who right now has made all the difference. Shifting his way inside. He sat down Huang as well. Recycled it for Ruslan. Irwin. Ruslan again. Noah Mar. Melbourne Aku wanting to manage it. Stojanovski wants timeout. Footscray might need it if they are to find an equaliser, to find a way in. Stojanovski, the next time they can take it, will have his timeout. Irwin from the side. Ball's flicked, that's a brilliant goal! What a wonderful, wonderful goal! Noah Mar with a magnificent touch. And Aku, having been 2 down, have a 2-goal lead of their own. Noah Mar's brace might be priceless. The second was beautiful, and Footscray have timeouts. Not how they wanted to go into it. Aku have found a way. They lead 4-2 on the night and 6-4 on aggregate. Footscray have 6 minutes to save themselves. They need to score twice at least. Aku have peeled away from them, thanks to Noah Ma's magnificence. The first, a sweet strike. The second, the deftest touch. And that for Fernandez was beautiful too, but he couldn't turn it in. That might have finished it all off. Vidal can't find Barrientos. This might be another. Mara and Vidal are the ones coming to say good evening to one another now. Footscray right now are staring down the barrel of 5 straight playoff defeats across all competitions, across all aspects of the Elite League playoffs. Unless they can find at least 2 in 6 minutes. Vidal, hustled by Owen. Aku have got some confidence and some authority. Fernandez, not away from Barrientos. Melbourne Aku have got to be careful. They're on a bit of a tightrope. Leong shifted it. Ma, who's now on a hat-trick of his own, tried to tease it over the top, but not away from Stojanovski, who's just in the way. Jankulovski. What can Footscray find? Barrientos. Stojanovski, who scored a skipper's goal on Sunday. He might need at least one more. Returned it for Barrientos beautifully, who turned away from Noah Ma. Stojanovski. Franklin. Taking his time away from Owen, who then made the block. Noah Ma hooking it into the roof. Just happy to clear his lines, clear of any danger. And in fact, we'll need a moment. Froth mop will be required. Side ball. An opportunity that Footscray cannot afford to pass up. Maliaros with a 2-man wall. Vidal, Franklin. Wanted to shift it onto his left, worked it for Stojanovski, who's twisting and turning, and Maliaros has made another smart save. Footscray corner. Stojanovski's take. Jankulovski's come up as the 5th. Tried to spear it back. Fernandez, who's got an open net momentarily, has got away from Vidal. Had Xavier Fernandez up with him, who couldn't stab it. Stojanovski wanted Barrientos. Connor Owen absolutely storming through to clear his lines. Jankulovski again. Can Footscray find something? They went 5th momentarily. Leong's picked that off. Fernandez in retreat. Owen with a smashing ball. Xavier Fernandez. Leong on the follow-in has turned it wide. That could have been the look to ice it. Would have been a 3-goal lead, but they're still onto it. Leong again, not away from Vidal this time, and he's taken a tumble. Who couldn't find Franklin in return. Fernandez picks it up. Leong still 1 out. This time Barrientos for company. We made a smart challenge, but Colin Leong will keep it. Much to Melbourne Aku rapture. This has been a superb tie. It's had absolutely everything. Late goals, the spectacular drama. Moments of magic and of madness. And we're still not done yet. Owen's picked it up. Franklin in retreat. Connor Owen with some tidy footwork, and Franklin with a firm challenge. But Aku now have something in which they haven't really had at any other point in this series: control. Leong not in ahead of Stojanovski. Vidal tried to turn away from Marcus Fernandez. Vidal might do so in the end, but he's run out of room. Time might be running out for them. Footscray have to find something if they are to rescue a situation with which they had the lead of. Maliaros, Ruslan, Irwin, Stojanovski did well to shut the door, and Futsal now have got to make one of these count. Barrientos. Franklin, it just got there. Vidal's got an opening and has turned it wide. Is that their look? Is that their opportunity to halve the deficit and to make this an earthy finish? Barrientos, they might get one more. Franklin, Stojanovski, shifted it, brilliant ball, brilliant goal! Vidal, now then! We will have an earthy finish, and it will be a grandstand one. Vidal with a tidy touch, Stojanovski with a smashing ball, and Futsal have got a lifeline. They are right back into it. 6-5 on aggregate, 3-2 on the night. In fact, 4-3 on the night. Stojanovski, Vidal couldn't peel away from Ruslan. Fernandez has picked it up. Vidal's just putting his boot back on. That means that Melbourne Aku will be held up. Vidal told to just retreat a couple more yards. What a finish. Ruslan. Yi couldn't return it. You never know. Jan Kulowski. Franklin. Stojanovski on the switch. Noamar trying to hustle and bustle him. He's given it away to Fernandez. Franklin's one in. Mar's taking a tumble. Franklin's on the march. Twisting, turning, shifting left then right. And Oscar Yi with an all-important block. Again, just got in the way. Vidal. Franklin with loft. Ruslan watching it trickle out. Time is so truly of the essence. 3 minutes to go. Futsal to force extra time need one more, or can Aku get one more themselves, which you sense would surely seal it. Stojanovski and Jan Kulowski being a bit shirty with Xavier Fernandez. Huang. Franklin. Noamar hot on the press. Franklin trying to spin away from him, has given it away. Ruslan on the march has fizzed it wide. That might have been Melbourne Aku's look to seal it. Vidal. Down the line for Franklin, who's taken that. On the turn, brilliant! What a brilliant save that is from Maliaros. Superb goalkeeping. Corner, Stojanovski off the bar. His return, Franklin holding it up. Noamar, Oscar Yi bundled into him, nothing doing. Nothing doing, how close have they come? Maliaros down low, and then the top of the upright. Ruslan looking for Mar, who's won in well. Marcus Fernandez picked it up. Huang had to make the challenge. All about how they see it out. All about management from here. One more would make it set. A leveller leaves us in an incredibly tasty predicament indeed, and Ruslan nearly had an opportunity. Futsal get another look. Vidal, Jan Kulowski. Vidal waiting on his movements. Huang is deepest. Stojanovski had shifted inside just as the door got shut. Huang pressed by Fernandez. Franklin got it. Stojanovski down the line, the beneficiary. Couldn't find Vidal, but does keep it. Jan Kulowski up. Stojanovski has found him. Jan Kulowski has won a corner. Big block from Noamar. 2 minutes to go. Can Footscray find a leveller? Jan Kolowski might think so. Franklin. Pressed by Nomar. Footscray have gone fifth. Oscar Yee with an all-important intervention. Aku again incensed by that challenge, and Oscar Yee has stayed down. He took a very heavy tumble, and the officials are just going to go and check on his well-being. Marcus Fernandez making the point that there was a shove in there. To the officials. Oscar Yee seems to be all right. He's back on his feet. It was a heavy fall, but he is a crucial piece of the final 2 minutes for Aku. No Omar. And here is Oscar Yee, who's kept it alive. Vidal hot on the press, recycles it to Fernandez, who's given it away. Vidal couldn't stab it. Fernandez with an important challenge. Vidal then made a rougher one and has given away a free kick. Again, protesting his innocence, but Melbourne Aku will have another opportunity inside the final 2 minutes to get the goal that could secure safety. Ruslan's free kick. Fizzed into Mar. Gave it on the return. Footscray had to make the block. Fernandez on the recycle. Noamar again. Tried to find Ruslan. Hancock's with a clearing foot. Oscar Yee bundled into by Stojanovski, who's shown a yellow card. Fernandez certainly infuriated by that. And Oscar Yee, who was just bundled into minutes before, has been so again. Footscray 5 fouls. And that one, certainly a more robust out of them all. Oscar Yee this time will take a breather, and Connor Irwin will be tasked to see it out. Certainly a shoulder barge from Stojanovski. A real slam into the back of Oscar Yee. And Footscray, well, they can't quite be as physical from now on. They don't want to give Aku a look to put a seal on things. A minute 20. Fernandez for Noamar. He's trying to turn away from Hancock's got the block in. Jan Kolowski wanted to go, he had no options. With loft for Franklin, who's looking to find Hancock's on the turn. Footscray, this might be their look. Hancock's his side ball. Irwin stopped Stojanovski up. Franklin from Vidal. Not around Fernandez. Vidal. Jan Kolowski. Not over Noamar. It had gone out before it had bounced back in. They're trying to set up one more. Keeper side ball. Vidal. Hancock's was the extra. Franklin's inside. Turning, trying to find a yard. Hancock's. Vidal. Jan Kolowski. Aku holding firm. Vidal still trying to twist and turn. Jan Kolowski now to take over. Hancock's, who had a yard momentarily, couldn't fizz it beyond Noamar. Kept it alive for Franklin. Marcus Fernandez on the challenge, not once but twice. And he's bearing down if he can keep it in. On the slide, can't quite. Final minute. 60 seconds to find a leveller, or Aku will have their salvation. Vidal. Around Ruslan, rattled into Fernandez. More, that'll do! That will do! Melbourne Aku will stay at the top seat. Noamar's hat-trick will make sure of it. Playoff pain slides away. And it is now Footscray's turn for the 5th time in succession, you feel, to find that sting. Or is it? Or is it? It very well may be. 10 seconds. They would need to score twice. It would need a miracle. Jan Kolowski will take the free kick. Aku have all but saved themselves. They will dine at the top table. All they must do is see it out. Jan Kolowski, Maliaros with a solid punch. Irwin has hooked it away, and that, as the time is trickling ever so slowly down, will not quite be that yet. Seconds remain. Vidal to carry it out. It may well be in vain. It will be in vain. Melbourne Aku have made it out. 2 down on the night. Full of terror, full of nerve. Staring relegation in the face. Staring more playoff pain directly in the eyes. But they turned it around. They found a way, and whenever they were tested, stood tall. Noah Marr with a hat-trick sealed it. And for Footscray, for the 5th time in a row, they will get that feeling that is nearly but not quite. Melbourne Aku, on the other hand, secure series futsal status, having been promoted, having been finding themselves in the playoffs, have kept themselves up at the very most important time. Full time in Darabin from a superb first edition of the second legs. It started 2-2 on the night. It ended Footscray 3, Melbourne Aku 5, and 7-5 on aggregate. Aku stay up.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player, because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally, futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that. We know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level, so you have to work hard every day. It's detail. It's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard, and maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
สำหรับผมในกีฬาฟุตซอลครับ2อย่างที่ต้องมีครับในตัวนักกีฬาฟุตซอลครับก็ระเบียบวินัยแล้วก็ความมุ่งมั่นครับมี2อย่างนี้ก็ทำให้คุณอาจจะประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
ก็ฟุตซอลเป็นเหมือนชีวิตผมครับเพราะว่าผมทำมันมาตั้งแต่เด็กแล้วก็คิดว่ามันน่าจะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งในชีวิตของผมเลยครับ
ผมเสียสละในกีฬานี้ก็ในเรื่องของเวลาครับเพราะว่าเราต้องทิ้งทุกอย่างไปข้างหลังครับแล้วก็คอนเซนเทรตแล้วก็มีความมุ่งมั่นกับกีฬานี้เพื่อที่จะพัฒนาตัวเองแล้วก็ไปสู่ความสำเร็จครับ
สำหรับต้องมีความมุ่งมั่นแล้วก็ความอดทนแล้วก็ความพยายามครับผมถึงประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
พวกเราไม่เคยหยุดไล่ล่าพวกเรามาที่นี่เพื่อพิชิตพวกเราหยุดไม่ได้
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level, so you have to work hard every day. It's detail, it's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction.
Welcome back to the playoffs. Welcome to the final instalment, the final second leg. And when these two met on Sunday, it was a simply outrageous start to the Elite League playoffs. Hume were 4-0 up thanks to David Yakub's quadruple and Khaled Atik's heroics in goal. Phoenix then rose from the ashes, clawing their way to within one before a Sapina spot kick sent things to the second leg, with it all to be settled. From deja vu to dreamland, getting level was the stuff of Phoenix futsal fantasy. They now must go one better and topple and tumble their way to the top flight for a place in their folklore. This is their chance to undo 2 years of playoff pain, unsuccessful in all of their previous entries. Hammered by Hume last time, heartbreak and woe as Western United willed themselves to safety the season before, and finally Roxburgh Park ripping promotion from them in 2023. 3 seasons in which they tried, 3 seasons in which they cried. Tonight, they take to court dreaming of what might be a night where they free themselves to the feeling that is nearly, but not quite. Hume, on the other hand, are looking to survive once again. They are the second leg masters. Back-to-back survivals, hunting for a hat-trick tonight. Last time, they ran away from Phoenix and never looked back. A second leg smashing secured their series futsal status. The last time Hume faltered in the playoffs was 2022. Hard over 2 legs got the better of the Black Army to ensure Hume stayed in the second tier for one more season. Since then, they have only been promoted again, but have become almost unbeatable in the second leg, with it all on the line. They have beaten Phoenix before. They now must do so again for the progression of their project, a project which has gathered steam certainly throughout this season. My name's Ethan Rigg, and I'm joined by Josh Fusco to round out the playoffs. Good evening, Josh.
Ethan Rigg, it's a pleasure to be by your side for the most amazing game. It's a rematch between Hume and Phoenix for the second year in a row. Last time it didn't go quite Phoenix's way. I think it was about 20 goals off. But this time, they have a statement to make.
They certainly do, and they have an early free kick. An opportunity to besiege Khaled Atik in the Phoenix goal, who was almost impenetrable on Sunday. If you want to round out the 5, Michael Klanaris, Ubade Cicek make up the wall. Turkman's on the line, Yakub is hovering. Joseph Toma's free kick into Ubade Cicek, who does his job in the wall. Toma in retreat. All the way back to Montfroy, who searched for Stellitano, and Atik had to get down to make the save. Turkman, Cicek, Hume are looking to get on the march early. Wanted Jakub, whose Fab 4 had them in dreamland before Phoenix pegged them back. Hogan's run halted by the Hume skipper.
And Ethan, after we saw that absolutely brilliant game on Sunday, 4-4, almost an absolute amazing comeback from Phoenix in the second half. It was almost a flip of the switch, and they changed what team they were. What energy do you think they'll need to bring tonight to take on this Hume side with an experienced player like Anthony Haddad, Futsaru, on the bench?
I was about to say, Haddad, not starting, but certainly provides some firepower to this Hume side. Dusty Zada in there as well. Ramadani was a handful on Sunday. Phoenix need to play with pace, and we mentioned on Sunday they were a little bit unorganised in the first half. They need to have that from the start, and they're certainly looking to do so. Stellitano wants to tiptoe beyond Turkman. Klanaris came across the challenge and has won it back for Hume.
And the one difference between that Phoenix team of Sunday and tonight is the missing man himself, Jonathan Sapina. Not in tonight. He won't be in at all. He has an outdoor game, getting the big bucks there, and unfortunately cannot be here.
With Sapina's brace that brought Phoenix level on Sunday. Tonight, they must find something on Friday. Hogan's on the march, and Phoenix have a chance. Garcia, brilliant save. Brilliant save from Khaled Atik. We saw it many a time at the weekend, and he's already starting in a similar vein.
Well, that's exactly what we're talking about with Khaled. Anytime he makes a save, he gets this bit of energy. It's almost as if he makes the first save, he makes the second, and sooner or later becomes unbeatable.
2 Phoenix corners in quick succession. Hogan to take. Waited on the runners. Toma was one, turned it into Cicek, and they'll reload to do it all over again.
Joseph Toma, a player some have considered very close to Elias Parthamos as one of the best young talent in the competition, and he might just show it tonight in an absolute blockbuster of a playoff game.
Garcia was not far away from landing the opening goal. Drilled it, but drilled it wide of Khaled Atik's net. Hume, of course, happy to run the changes early. Yanni Pira, who's come over from Fitzroy. We saw what he will bring on Sunday. Turkmen's ball for Dustizada just behind him. Garcia, Hogan, rolled it wide, just dragged it.
Lucas Hogan making all the magic early on. Pivotal in Phoenix's forward motion.
Atik with a real fizz into Cicek. Toma in recovery, couldn't win it off him. Pira, not beyond Stellitano, and Phoenix are flooding forward. Stellitano around Turkmen, who tugged him back, and it will be a Phoenix free kick, and Phoenix want a booking. Turkmen's pull back. Officials with a choice. They will converse. And Ahmed Turkmen just with a tug. He knew Stellitano was through, and he does go into the book rather early. He's got to walk a tightrope.
Giovanni Stellitano would have fancied his chances had he have gone through.
In fact, it was Zubide Cicek who went in the book. Perhaps for dissent, so Turkmen's dodged the booking. Hume Skip has taken one. Toma has another free kick, rolls it for Hogan, and Atik pushed the first time, picked up the second. Gave it on to Dustizada. Had Pira on the switch, Cicek down the line. He finds Zubide Cicek, who's around Hogan, drilled it across. But Pira went too early.
And that's the experience of Cicek. Gets it in the corner there, knows there's not much going on. If I just put the ball through, it might get a tap on, might go in the back of the net.
Garcia. Hogan down the line for Toma, who's in ahead of Dustizada. Giving it away to Cicek, then won it back, nearly lost it again. Hogan happy to roll it. Stellitano wanted Garcia down the line, but Pira was with him all the way and perfectly placed to make the challenge. Hogan. This game has started at a frantic pace. We already know Melbourne Aku will be in series futsal next season. They secured it with a win over Footscray in the early kickoff. Tonight, Phoenix, who have been knocking on the door for oh so long, might have their best look yet. But Toma's given it away. Pira's touch was loose. Toma then clipped it over the top. He wanted Garcia, but could only find Atik.
And there he is. Anthony Haddad enters the field, the pitch rather. In futsal, it's still a pitch. Interesting fact there that I guess most people know now if you're in this community. It's fantastic. But he is the X factor and the most experienced player on the pitch. Really?
Futsal pedigree. Australian international, who's featured heavily for Hume this season. One of a littering, which included Jamie Dibb and Ethan DeMello, who have been on international duty recently. As well as Jordan Guerrero as well. And a lot of New South Welsh influence. Vassos Kartambis too, who again not in between the sticks tonight. How Hume would love to have all of those readily available. Here is Haddad, not away from Stellitano. Hogan won it. Garcia is nearly in ahead of Atik, and Garcia has done terrifically on the press. They might have surrendered possession, but Juan Garcia was ready to go.
Well, he's taken out our cameraman.
Pira. Turkmen. Wanted Haddad down the line. Garcia on the press. Now squeezes its way to Anthony Haddad. Turkmen. Dustizada. Haddad just calling for calm. Yanni Pira. Shown too much of it to Stellitano. Khaled Atik with a wild clearance. Stellitano's now got space. It is Gio Stellitano. He should have shot.
Stellitano, I think you give him any player one-on-one, he has a 75% chance of taking it on. Took the shot, just wide.
He's in two minds. Whether to try and turn it to the back stick or have an effort. Northern Phoenix bench. Very animated. Official just telling them both to maybe cool things down a fraction. Yacoub rolled it on for Pira. David Yacoub was the name on everybody's lips at half-time on Sunday. Had a hat-trick, added a fourth not too long after, and he looked to have Hume flying towards top-flight safety. But it didn't quite pan out that way.
Absolutely not, and that's again what we talk about, a game of two halves. And we might see a series of two legs. It depends on who scores first.
Hogan. showed too much of it to Dustizada. Hogan on the slide has won in well. Staletano there to mop it up, hooked it off Haddad and into touch. This is Phoenix's 4th straight trip to the playoffs. They've lost all 3 previous. Last season's to Hume would have hurt the most, however, because it was in such an ignominious fashion. But right now, they are showing their team who've taken strides. Come on, leaps and bounds as they held the Black Army in the first leg and are looking to make inroads. But Haddad on the turn! Wasn't a million miles away. Terrific hit on the spin from Anthony Haddad. Montfroy was watching nervously. Fizzed it for Garcia. Hogan. Lovely ball. Phoenix have an opening. And they might have an opening goal, but Attic got down to deny Watson. Wonderfully worked. A smashing ball from Hogan to split the lines. And Phoenix have another corner. Garcia. Out for Hogan, Yakub quickly to close Hogan down. All important touch by Pira. Staletano made the block. Watson wanted to get it back to him. But again, Hume just do enough to crowd it out. Swade got the final touch. Phoenix reset from a side ball.
Hogan on the side ball. And he plays it back to Garcia, who I think has just been introduced. Hogan a bit of magic. And again, I think he's the X factor for Phoenix this game. Lucas Hogan.
Attic stopped his run. Corner for Staletano. Quickly on for Watson. Phoenix again looking for an opening. Swade just allowed Attic to come and claim it. Hamza Swade did very, very well to shield that. David Jakub. I would love to know the last time somebody scored 4 in a playoff game. Does not happen often. Haddad, that's a smashing ball. Clanaris on the march. Montfroy down low, makes a smart save.
I'll just have to add, it might be in that 20-0 game between Hume and Phoenix.
We might only have had to wait 1 season. Staletano in ahead of Swade. Garcia on the march. Staletano with him. 1-0 Phoenix. On the break. Northern Phoenix belt their way ahead. Garcia with certainty, with graft. They lead on the Knights and they lead the tie.
And in a playoff game, it blows my mind that you can give away that much space for a player to go through. Had all the time in the world.
Phoenix ahead. Hume scratching their heads as to how they were so open. And they now have it all to do. Yakub's giving it away. Vu's hot on the press. Staletano's up to support him. Trying to get around Swade to Staletano. Vu again. Watson also in there. Yakub with a loose touch. Staletano twisting and turning. Yakub couldn't clear it. Hogan on for Staletano, whose touch to Vu was too heavy.
And one of the great transitions between coaching transitions that I've seen this game is Lucas Hogan move to the back. Up top in the first game, it didn't quite work going forward. That transition has absolutely reformed Phoenix.
Clanaris searching but could only find touch. Hume are no stranger to the playoffs. They've been in it every season, apart from season 1 in 2023, my apologies. They've been in it every season since 2021. They've won thrice, they've lost twice. Clanaris has kept that in tidily. On to Haddad, who's got room. Clanaris is up with him, and Montfroy got his angles right. Vu cycled it happily to Hogan. That's a lovely ball down the line for Watson, who's hustled by Swade. Vu came in as well. Clanaris is there to clean it all up. Lovely touch to find Hamza Swade. Haddad. Clanaris. Smashing ball to find Swade again. This time Staletano wants to press him. Gio Staletano's won it. Attic quickly off his line to hook it out of danger. Montfroy. Wanted long. Swade has flicked that on tidily. Haddad with a loose touch, and Hogan again hotly in there to win it.
And Hume haven't really got the cohesion going for them at the moment. It looks like they're missing something. It's that spark, and I think maybe Cicek can bring it the captain.
Haddad. Swade. Here is Ubade Cicek, who's already on a booking. Clanaris. Haddad wanted the turn. Hogan shut the door well. Swade quickly back for Cicek, who's taken a loose touch, which invites Vu to press. Hogan's then won it off Haddad. Vu quickly in. Staletano took over. Gio Staletano pushed away by Attic. as far as Cicek, went through the legs of Vu, lost it out to Staletano again, and Suede this time, the one to make the block.
Staletano really making strides forward. I think he's had about 4 shots in 3 minutes. Fantastic.
Phoenix side ball in a frantic start to this second leg. Julian Vu, Hogan, Staletano. Shifted it beyond Suede, tried to touch it back for Watson. Hume crowded it out. Cicek can now charge on. Haddad up with him. Haddad waited on Clanaris. Cicek was peeling. Cicek's been fouled. Haddad to drive one. Clipped it just over.
And Phoenix really just taking their time. They need all the breath they can take in this game. It's a stop clock game. They're not used to it. Realistically, we saw Aku dominate late in the latter stages of the game because of their experience with the stop clock and the stamina that they had in comparison to their opponents.
Could see Footscray fade in that second half. It might have been the whole thing of get a quick start and try and shut them out. Unfortunately, didn't transpire that way. Hogan for Toma, who's hit the post. And Hume were just carved wide open. Turkman stood off him, and Toma maybe had more time than he realised.
This isn't the same Hume I saw on Sunday. Again, they're just... something isn't working. Maybe it's the addition of Haddad. Maybe you're bringing in someone that hasn't quite gelled with the team over an extensive period of time and he's not sharp.
On Freud. It's a lovely touch from Mohammed. Another one of the South Melbourne contingent who's made his way over to Phoenix. Vu going to work against Dustizada and drilling one into the palms of Attic. Pira. Waiting on the runners. Cicek dropped off, got away from Hogan. Couldn't work it away from him. Ibide Cicek battling with Toma too, who was quickly in on the challenge. Hume have to find an answer. That's not the way to do it. Ball wasn't stationary. Phoenix now are having their pressure pay off.
To me, that shows nerves, Ethan. That shows that Hume are really feeling the pressure of being 1 goal down.
Vu, pressed by Pira. Ali Mohammed worked his way out of a tight situation well. Hogan, that's a beautiful ball. Vu's touch invited Attic again to come off his line and clear it. What a super ball that is from Hogan.
And again, Attic putting his body on the line against his opponent. He knows if he doesn't get there first, it's disaster class.
Thomas side ball. Hume blushes spared. Ali Mohammed returns it for Toma. Lovely ball to find Vu. Again, a touch too heavy, invited Cicek. Toma picked it up, had 4 around him. Got a poke in for Vu, who wanted to poke one goal with himself, but again, could only find the palms of Attic. Quickly on for Dustizada. Just waiting on a runner. Turkman wanted it, he found Cicek instead. Dustizada. Pira. Face to face with Vu, who's never short of energy. Hogan there to clean it up. Phoenix just making life difficult for Hume, who are yet to really craft an opening. The only gilt-edged chance taken by Juan Garcia so far. Phoenix a goal up, 5-4 up on aggregate. Mohammed's in ahead of Dustizada. Couldn't get away from Cicek. Dustizada now has a chance. Cicek on the left, drilled it into Toma. Dustizada. Cicek again trying to work ER, but Joseph Toma always in the way to slow things down. How big an introduction do you think the South Melbourne contingent of Ali Mohammed, talk about Sapina, who's not here tonight, and Staletano as well have been for this Phoenix side going into the playoffs? How big a pickup is it for them?
I think when you have a team that finished second on their own merits, I think that's fantastic. And when you bring their 3 best star players together, they know how to play with each other. They've done it all season. They've always been the underdogs. They always come into the season with everyone thinking they can't do it. And this time, they're showing it again.
Hogan, Toma took a heavy touch. Pira lost out. Turkman picked it up. Wanted Dustizada to run. Toma again with endless energy. Dustizada recycles it to Turkman. Played it on for Pira. Phoenix happy to sit off. Garcia's one in. Juan Garcia might go all on his own. Pira in recovery. That's a brilliant challenge. Dustizada wanted Attic to claim it. He wasn't quite on the same wavelength. They worked themselves out before giving it away. Garcia nearly lost out, and in the end, Turkmen fouled him, and then now they have a bit of a coming together. Juan Garcia told to step away. Omer Turkmen was not too happy about the attention.
And again, that all started from a little bit of a mistake from Yanni Pira. Recovers well, puts his body on the line, and you can really see the tension starting to rise and the physicality increase in increments.
We've already seen one red card this evening. Stephen Gustus sent off for foot scrape. It really was a moment of undoing for them. Garcia's one in again. Gets it back from Mohamed. Turkmen hot on the press. Garcia wanting to go around Cicek, who bundled him over, and Hume have won it back.
And you can really sense this game is going to go to the next level tempo-wise. But just Juan Garcia already stamping his authority against his opponents.
Turkmen into the feet of Haddad, who spun away from Hogan, who stayed with him all the way to make the block. This game has been played at a frantic pace. It is all about how Phoenix will hold up. With the stop clock, we're on series futsal rules tonight. Maybe a precursor. Certainly is for one of these teams. Haddad's to drill one. Toma again to get a touch to turn it out of danger and out for a side ball.
And again, if anyone isn't aware, if it is a draw at the end, it's 2 5-minute periods of stop clock extra time and then penalties, best of 5.
Cicek, Turkmen. Try to find Haddad. Hogan happy to let it run out. What drama we could have. Both first legs ended level. Dare I say, if this one was to do the same, those 10 minutes of extra time would be the definition of box office. Toma. Away from Turkmen, in before Cicek. Got it back from Stellitano. Tried a tidy 1-2, but it was just a fraction away from Stellitano. Otherwise, Phoenix would have carved another opening. Hume on the back foot and feeling the heat at the moment. Pira. That's a lovely ball into Haddad, who gave it back to him. Yanni Pira then wanted to be precise to find Cicek, but ended up being too piercing.
You speak of drama. This could be a drama movie, right? Let's hope this goes more like The Godfather rather than a Tarantino flick.
Hogan. Toma on the switch. Stellitano with him as well. Here is Stellitano. Haddad quickly across to try and hustle him. Garcia's dropped in for Hogan, who tried to loft one over the top for Stellitano, but it was too heavy. Cicek. Jakub. Haddad, who kept it in. Quickly back for David Jakub. Round the other side for Turkmen. Hume wanting to work their way through the Phoenix press, but once again they can't quite do it. Phoenix frustrating the Black Army. Haddad. Turkmen, who played it off Hogan. Again, it'll find touch, but again, it's Phoenix just breaking it up. We talked about a big Hume turnout on Sunday. There's one also here on Friday night to see if they can secure series futsal status for another season. Turkmen with a heavy touch. Toma, Stellitano tried to stab it through, but couldn't get it beyond Jakub. Turkmen picked it up. David Jakub now can drive forward. Options left and right. Ubade Cicek's taken a fall. And Juan Garcia will go in the book. Hume will have a free kick.
And the cheese is out on Juan Garcia. Just to bring back one of our old commentators, Beefy. Love him, miss him, wish him back soon.
Juan Garcia giving away a free kick in a position of promise for Hume, who are searching for a leveller on the night and in the tie.
And where Hume are elite in comparison to Phoenix, set pieces, corners, set plays.
Are we about to see something from the playbook? Turkmen over it, Jakub as well. Haddad, Cicek holding the fort. Phoenix trying to box out centrally. All set up. You can feel a pin drop in Darabin. Turkmen's free kick. Drilled it and drilled it over.
That set piece is called shoot the ball on target. Didn't quite work out as well as they thought.
Will the Phoenix get away with one? Having given away Garcia both a needless free kick and a needless booking. He now has to be careful. Tidy challenge from Stellitano on Haddad. Hogan Back for Staletano, face to face with Turkmen. Teased it down the line for Garcia, not beyond Cicek. Phoenix trying to take the sting out of a 5 minutes that Hume have looked brighter in. Toma's rattled that off Turkmen for a corner.
Well, Hume are fortunate. They do have a lot of time to really get into things with the stop clock. They might start off slow, but you can assure yourself in the latter stages of the game they will be superior.
Hogan tried to stab it through. Yakub won it. Turkmen picked it up. Gave it back to Yakub. Haddad, wonderfully worked from Hume. Cicek's on the march. He's around Toma and sat him down. Hogan with a block, and now Phoenix are 3-on-1. Toma one way, Garcia the other. It's Garcia, and it's cleared off the line. In fact, Cicek didn't get a touch. Garcia dragged it wide.
Inches can decide a playoff game, Ethan, really. And that's one of the chances. He'll think to himself, I should have put it away. It could come back to haunt him.
Haddad forced Montfroy into a save. Hume have a corner. Clanaris on. Yakub to take Swade. Just operating centrally. Anthony Haddad took a deflection. Toma, anywhere will do.
Hume are going to love that clearance from Toma. They get the ball back, reset, possession, and just figure something out.
David Yakub tried to dart one through for Clanaris. Staletano one in. Then Yakub cut his ball out to Toma. For Northern Phoenix tonight, we've spoken about how many seasons now they've been looking to go at promotion. Would you wonder if Hume are to turn it around and it doesn't quite go their way, what more they have to do? If you're them.
If you're them, what more do you have to get some more serious futsal players, I feel. They have the experience in these situations and they make the difference. They don't turn over the ball in silly ways and they don't make those simple mistakes that cost goals.
Cubes back heel. Tried to get inventive to find Haddad, but in the end could only find touch. At the moment, whenever Hume have looked to build some pressure, Northern Phoenix have found a way to force them to take it off. Montfroy. Back for Hogan. Yakub hot on the press. Hogan down the line wonderfully. Garcia face to face with Swade. They bundled into him and won it back.
And I'll tell you what, Ethan, it feels like Phoenix have not taken Lucas Hogan off the entire game. Omnipresent.
Swade. Attic under pressure from Staletano. Couldn't find Yakub. And Hogan, who has been deepest, has not had a breather. Is that a sign of things to come? Will he play every second? You would imagine so, as Toma forces Attic down low. Clanaris picked it up. Yakub can now go on the drive. David Yakub tried to keep it in play, but his touch was too heavy.
And that all comes down to man management from the coaches. If they want to take Hogan off earlier on in the game and risk potentially a period of play where they haven't got their best defender on, well, that has to be made by Joseph Akon and his assistant Romario. At the end of the day, he cannot play the entire time. He will get caught out eventually. He will get tired. He is a machine, but he is human.
Well, side ball. Clanaris. Hamza Swade. Switched it back for Yakub. Clanaris once again. Down the line for Swade. Garcia at his back. Clanaris with a loose touch. Yakub's first on the scene. Swade. Haddad. Clanaris. Good rotation from Hume. Back for Haddad. Fizzed it into Yakub, who lost out to Toma. Staletano had two around him. Haddad won it back, and Montfroy got down and made a rather comfy save. Looked long for Staletano. Too long.
And Hume haven't got any clear-cut chances at all this game. They've all come from distance, and they've been blocked fairly well from the Phoenix defense.
Swade. Dustizada. Into the feet of Haddad, who's looking to turn away from Hogan. Anthony Haddad with nowhere to go. Hogan and then Staletano stripped him of it. Played off Dustizada. Montfroy will be the one to pick it up.
And if I'm Hume, I want to see the introduction of Lockie Ramadan in this game. I think he can really just become that transitional point for this Hume side, something that the Phoenix side has never dealt with properly. A player of his size with his quick feet. He's actually a very fast player too. So I think he can really force a double team and maybe open up some space.
Saw it on Sunday. Ramadan, especially for two of Yakub's goals on the break, played a huge hand in them. Just drawing that extra man to try and win it back. Open up the space for Cicek in particular to bomb forward, and then Jakub to make the late run. And that is how Hume had success. So expect Noki Ramadan to be introduced rather quickly. Ali Mohammed. Watson wanted Stellitano or wanted Hogan to make a run. Neither did.
And the other facet of Hume's success really come from counter-attacks. Phoenix gave away the ball a lot more often in the first leg, and this time they're really much more clinical with their passes and much more cautious.
Dustizada. Suede. Went down the line for Haddad, who was not going to get there. Hume once again unable to play through the Phoenix press. Ali Mohammed leading the charge that time. Hogan. Mohammed tried to find him tidily. Phoenix keep it. You can already feel a little bit of tension in this place. Oh, lovely touch from Stellitano. Watson. Klanaris was always clipping at his heels. It's really been a night of spice and spite in Darebin. Both games have a very physical edge. Both you can sense a lot of feeling between the two teams. Nobody wants to give an inch.
When you're looking at this game, Ethan, the atmosphere in the stadium, you can almost hear a pin drop, as you said earlier. Who do you think's in the better position so far? I know that Hume are a goal down, but they are building slowly.
They are a team who like to grow into games as well, are the Black Army. See if they get themselves level before half-time. It makes a very interesting second half. However, you have to go. Phoenix are in front, and that is all that matters at the end of the day. Cicek. Not away from Hogan. Mohammed did well to make it stick. Tried to flick it on for Watson. Klanaris picked it up. Gave it back to Cicek, who's looking for room to roam. Tidely found Dustizada, who was surrounded by turquoise. Moved it on for Suede. Switched it for Klanaris. Down the line for Cicek. Couldn't get the 1-2. Watson in the way. Again, just happy to clear his lines.
Hume will reset with Khaled. Dustizada. And a big switch to Cicek.
Dustizada once again. Suede. Face to face with Watson. Hamza Suede switched it on for Cicek. Phoenix just sitting in that shape, not allowing Hume's central space or movement. Turkman. Suede. Dustizada. On for Ubede Cicek. That's Suede once again. Stellitano coming across to try and shut the door. Cicek. Face to face with Mohammed. Down the line for Suede, 1-1! Brilliant goal from Hume. Terrifically worked. And Hamza Suede has belted the Black Army level.
And the Fitzroy prodigy has taken his experience, come into Hume, and an absolute fantastic finish. The young player of the Hume side. You wouldn't expect him to score it, and he come from nowhere.
Terrific goal from Suede just when they needed it. And we are back level. Suede then left one in on Stellitano. Dustizada. Quick 1-2 with Suede. Turkman not beyond Mohammed. And you can feel that this game has just gone up a gear. Hume, having started slow, have their leveller. Dustizada. Gave it away while trying to find Cicek. Hogan won in. Stellitano picked it off. Wanted Watson to make a run. Turkman from Pira, then clipped it off Watson, out of 10.
And this is where that little thing called nerves comes into it. Hume claw one back. Northern Phoenix need to stay strong. They need to stay well-minded in this period.
Yanni Pira wanted Turkman. Mohammed one up. Watson again in the way to clear his lines. Final 5 minutes to half-time. Hume level from a Phoenix opener. Dustizada. Down the line for Cicek. Face to face with Hogan. Stabbed it across Mohammed with an all-important intervention. Returned it for Watson. Stellitano waiting on the runners, waiting on the movement. Trying to shift away from Dustizada. Watson has an opening! Brilliant goal on the break! Watson has whipped that in! Stellitano superb with his hold-up. Watson made the run and was rewarded. Phoenix, having just been tested, get themselves back in front.
And again, you have to praise the feather feet of Stellitano. Light on it, quick with the movement. Places the threaded ball through to his anchor, target rather, and all he has to do is turn and shoot.
Hume again, have it all to do. Pira, Cicek, not away from Hogan. Hume bench wanted a free kick, nothing was doing. You can feel the tension, the importance of every single moment in this place right now. It is stunned into silence. That doesn't happen often at DCSS.
Absolutely not. I can hear my own heart beating right now.
Staletano. Tano's got to be a little bit cautious now. He would not want to be sent off. He's so crucial to how Phoenix play. Pira is on the march. Staletano in retreat. All the way back from Montfroy. It was hot, but he found Hogan. Not beyond Pira. Northern Phoenix just wanting to again take some sting out of the game, having just reinstated the lead. 2-1 on the night, 6-5 on aggregate. That one off Hogan's arm. Pira tried to play it along. Hogan protests his innocence, but it will be a free kick to the Black Army. Dustizada on for Cicek. Trying to work away from Mohamed. Cicek inside off the post, and it's in! Turkmen got the touch! Ubede, Cicek making it happen, and Turkmen on hand to turn in a leveller.
And the most unfortunate of bounces from the post, right back to the attacker. I guess maybe it's fate for Hume there to come back into the game.
Montfroy mystified. Rather unhappy with his defence as to why they allowed Cicek room on that left. Hume, having been tested twice, have themselves level twice. That one with a stroke of fortune. That's a lovely touch from Cicek, and Pira just fizzed it across. Phoenix want time out. Phoenix will get time out. Having just conceded at a very tense moment in the first half of the second leg. On the night, it's Northern Phoenix 2, Hume 2, and it's 6-all on aggregate.
The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
สำหรับผมในกีฬาฟุตซอล
between Hume and Northern Phoenix. 2 apiece on the night, 6 apiece on aggregate in yet another topsy-turvy tie. Staletano, not away from Yakub, nearly invited Haddad. Hogan instead found Vu, who's taken a lovely turn away from Pira, got around Yakub, rolled it on for Staletano, and Yanni Pira across in the nick of time at the concession of a corner.
And this will be a valuable corner for Phoenix. Really something where they can work on a set piece. Perhaps they've practiced Vu coming into it. Not quite.
It's the intended target. Yakub's picked it up. He's driving at Hogan. Watson in retreat. David Yakub has somehow kept it alive, but didn't keep it in.
Well, he shouldn't be booting the ball like that.
Hogan's side ball. Phoenix bench certainly had something to say about that. Julian Vu. Watson. Hustled by Haddad. Got it back to Hogan. Whipped that round the corner for Vu. It was a tidy idea, but it didn't quite find him.
Yanni Pure to restart and finds Turkmen, and he'll dictate.
Lovely ball from Turkmen. Haddad on the turn, wanted to have a stab. Montfroy couldn't prevent the corner. Hume are just starting to knock on the door as we head towards half-time. Turkmen lost out to Hogan and then fouled him. Now Ahmed Turkmen escaped to booking for a similar challenge earlier. He doesn't escape this time.
I think that's the right call from the referees. Right on through to the goal. Obvious opportunity to get something on the board. Yellow card's very fair.
Juan Garcia, who scored the opener tonight, re-enters the fray. Phoenix have a free kick. Turkmen in the book. Hogan stood over it. Hogan, Stellitano
Oh my
shifted
goodness.
away from Yakub wonderfully. Gio Stellitano and Vu couldn't turn it in. Golden chance for Phoenix. How big a chance will that prove to be?
If you're Celentano, you've done all that magic, all that work, you've put it across. Vu has to be there. He has to, even if he has to make more of his leg, unstretch the leg he doesn't have. Put it in the back of the net. And Joseph Akon receiving a yellow card.
Attic will restart things. Joseph Ekon in the book. Haddad couldn't turn away from Hogan. Yakub, Turkmen, shifted inside of Julian Vu. Garcia came to help him out. Yakub on for Suede. Hume just trying to turn their way out of another Phoenix press. Suede as Garcia was approaching Yakub. That's a lovely ball to find Turkmen, who's face to face with Stellitano, who has been booked. Turkmen down the line. Montfroy pushing away as Suede was arriving for yet another Hume corner. And they are starting to find their pace. Turkmen's take. Suede at the near post. Montfroy pushed it away. That's a super stop. Had to be alert to it. It'll be another corner. We will reload and do it all over again.
And just a beautiful conversation between the coaches, and I love it. Always respectful.
Haddad. Julian Vu on the challenge has won it cleanly. Haddad left a leg in. Garcia's picked it up on the break. Juan Garcia! David Yakub in the way to make a crucial block. I don't think he knew much about it.
I don't think he had to. It's just experience from the player. He knows where to be with his eyes closed.
Hogan! Oh, and Vu has turned it in! He made up for the earlier late coming. And Phoenix once again hit the front.
It's just the magic of the playoffs. You don't know what's going to happen. And finally, Northern Phoenix get a bit of a buffer that they can go into the half with. Amazing. Just amazing.
Julian Vu making up for an earlier mishap at the back post. How crucial would it prove to be? Turns out crucial enough that Phoenix needed to go again, and that's hit the post immediately.
And I'll tell you what, Ethan, what Phoenix have done fantastic this game is not allowing Haddad to turn and shoot. And that's the first real opportunity he has had where he can face the goal. And look how close he gets.
First time he'd worked a yard on Hogan, who has been watertight so far. Montfroy threw it only as far as Yakub. Haddad with room again, twisted inside, didn't get the connection.
Done everything right, just a little bit off balance. And again, I wouldn't poke Haddad too much. Any opportunity in this game, and he might just put it away.
Julian Vu tried to fizz it down the line for Garcia. Too much heat on it. Hume will reload once again. Sway told to just retreat a few yards. Turkmen. Pressed by Staletano. Garcia wanted to go at Suede, who shifted it away. Yakub down the line, and again, they can't break the Phoenix press.
They're doing well, Phoenix, and as a cohort, they're moving, and we really like to see that. It's the show of a really developed team since last Sunday.
Garcia with a gorgeous ball. Vu with a tidy return, and Attic with a super save. That was a terrific ball down the line from Garcia.
I'll tell you what, Ethan, if I'm Hume, after these last few possessions, I am worried. That ball was really close to my head.
Vu side ball. Again, a brilliant one for Garcia. Oh, tidy. Vu has got on the overlap. It's Staletano away from Turkman. Vu for a brace. Phoenix have a buffer. Brilliant move. What a brilliant, brilliant goal from Northern Phoenix. Garcia with a terrific bit of skill. Vu calm on the switch. Staletano ever so smooth. And Hume have got a mountain to climb.
I've got to ask the question, do they have a timeout? Do they have a timeout, Ethan?
Final minute to half-time, it might get worse. Staletano's around Attic, who left a leg out. Staletano wanted a free kick, his touch was too heavy.
I'll tell you, Ethan, they have a timeout. They should have called it after the first goal. Reined in the troops. I'm lost for words.
Garcia's picked it up. Hogan's advanced. Hogan, brilliant save! What a save from Khaled Attic. At the moment, it's keeping Hume in it.
Fantastic split save from Khaled Attic. Really, reflex. You can't. It just has to be natural, and he does it so well.
Phoenix corner. And they are on the charge to half-time. Inside the final minute, they want a 3-goal lead. Julian Vu. Garcia, tidy return. Vu wants a hat-trick. They'll reload and do it all over again. Vu again, darting. Garcia this time. Staletano, Turkman in the way. Monfroy happy to watch it trickle out. Hogan. Away from Haddad. Tried to find Vu. Clanaris one in. Staletano swept it up. Twisted and turned away from Suede, got around Haddad, tried to go the long way around Clanaris, but ran out of room before taking on a third.
He did well against 1, 2, 3. Was a little bit too difficult there for Staletano, but he makes it look so easy.
Turkman. Cicek. Back for Omer Turkman. Hume are in need of some inspiration. Can Haddad provide it? Side netting.
About 25 seconds is the word from the production team.
Garcia. Can Phoenix add another? Garcia around Cicek, they can! They can! Northern Phoenix are flying to half-time! And Hume are on the canvas. Brilliant finish. Worked his way around Cicek and rattled it into the net.
This is like one of those all-time boxing matches, and right now, I think you remember that time Tyson Fury hit the canvas against, many times actually, to be honest with you. If Hume get back into this game, they need to be revived from the dead.
It's possible. Phoenix were 3 down on Sunday. Phoenix were 4 down on Sunday and fought their way back. Hume have to do similar. 3 down on the night. This is remarkable.
There's a few words for it.
Cicek. Down the line for Haddad. He's trying to turn away from Hogan. Can they get one back? Turkman got around Garcia. Turkman! See the bodies flying in everywhere. Staletano on the block. Final seconds to half-time. Quickly for Clanaris. Garcia couldn't get rid of it. It doesn't matter. Northern Phoenix are a half away and are in the driver's seat. What a terrific, terrific first half performance from them. Hume have been absolutely shell-shocked so far. Phoenix currently lead 5-2 and they lead the tie 9-6 on aggregate.
2 อย่างที่ต้องมีครับในตัวนักกีฬาฟุตซอลครับก็ระเบียบวินัยแล้วก็ความมุ่งมั่นครับมี 2 อย่างนี้ก็ทำให้คุณอาจจะประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
ก็ฟุตซอลเป็นเหมือนชีวิตผมอะครับเพราะว่าผมทำมันมาตั้งแต่เด็กแล้วก็คิดว่ามันน่าจะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งในชีวิตของผมเลยครับ
ผมเสียสละในกีฬานี้ก็ในเรื่องของเวลาครับเพราะว่าเราต้องทิ้งทุกอย่างไปข้างหลังครับแล้วก็คอนเซนเทรตแล้วก็มีความมุ่งมั่นกับกีฬานี้เพื่อที่จะพัฒนาตัวเองแล้วก็ไปสู่ความสำเร็จครับ
สำหรับต้องมีความมุ่งมั่นแล้วก็ความอดทนแล้วก็ความพยายามครับผมถึงประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
พวกเราไม่เคยหยุดไล่ล่าพวกเรามาที่นี่เพื่อพิชิตพวกเราหยุดไม่ได้
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level. So you have to work hard every day. It's detail. It's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard and maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
We return from half-time. Hume have a second half. They've got 20 minutes to save themselves. Northern Phoenix are on the brink of washing away so much pain. For a club with deep Turkish roots, they will know all about famous comebacks in Istanbul from 3 goals behind. They will need something similar tonight to maybe take this game to extra time, to maybe turn it around entirely. Phoenix, on the other hand, it will be the same old, you would assume, but what do you think the actual messages would have been, Josh?
To be honest with you, I couldn't tell you. I don't think anyone was expecting this type of scoreline, and I don't think Hume would ever imagine there could be 3 goals down. This is the shock of the century.
Turkman. On for David Jakub, who scored 4 in the first leg. How they would love him to do the same here. Cicek couldn't get it beyond Hogan, who so far has had a simply superb night. Klanaris trying to work it out. Oh! They have won already. Montfroy has a hand in apology. Klanaris is down. Just to sour the moment, Klanaris is down.
Oh no. And they've called on the physio, that's Mohamed Temel, rushing over. Can we get a better look? Not really.
Michael Klanaris is in a world of pain. Hume have a goal back, but right now the main concern is with the well-being of their number 5.
Just on a more positive note, to bring it into it, Klanaris, he's getting up. He looks like he'll be done, maybe. Hopefully a corky. Really.
It's never good when you see somebody go down like that and they're clutching their knee. We hope it really, well and truly, is not anything serious. Thankfully, he's up. He's moving unassisted, albeit incredibly gingerly. In fact, they've got a chair out. Oh, no.
Oh, no. He might be stretching. He might just be working the muscle. I have no idea. I'm not a physio. I have no idea about the recovery process.
Concerns for Klanaris. Hume have a goal back and have started the march. Cicek trying to twist and turn around Hogan. Switched it for David Jakub, who's gone around. They have 2! They have 2! In a matter of seconds. And once again, the complexion changes. David Jakub, who had 4 on Sunday, has flashed in 1 on Friday.
I have to say, Hume really starting the game off with a bang, and Jakub to do something like that, to even have the courage to shoot that shot. Unbelievable.
Hogan, Vu inventive, Garcia not in ahead of Attic. Jakub on the recovery, Garcia again on the challenge. Khaled Attic picks it up and is not happy.
That's not good. That is not good. He's pushed him. He has pushed him. And Hume do not have a second keeper.
Deary me, Khaled Attic has to be careful. Northern Phoenix certainly want one kind of colour. And having barged into him, Garcia is having a conversation with one official, the other having a conversation with Khaled Attic. Now they'll converse. There is a huge decision to be made here. One that could potentially alter the tie.
Could change the series, and the only thing that Hume might have under their belt if Khaled goes off is that they're fantastic at playing 5th man in comparison to Northern Phoenix.
Here we go.
Yellow.
Attic in the book. Attic in the book.
There's no way I have to stop you. Jonathan Sapina has just rocked up at halftime, shaking our hands, and he might make his way onto the court. That is unbelievable.
Benjamin Cullen has handed him a kit. He has handed him a Phoenix kit. Romario Barho is rather animated. But Jonathan Sapina is in the building and is getting ready to suit up.
And Northern Phoenix's best player has rocked up. I'm going to say it. I'm out with a limb. It's getting a bit heated between the assistants. Well, the coach and the assistant. Might be another sport outside.
Can't mention anything like that.
I'm only joking.
No kind of suggestion. The only thing we know for certain is that
Pole
Sapina is in the house. He's on the bench right now, but he looks like he's going to be getting ready. This could come at a crucial time for Northern Phoenix, who have been rocked and rattled to start this second half, and Hume are on the march. Having had to retreat at half-time, the Black Army are at risk of going over the top in next to no time. Garcia, quick 1-2 with Hogan. Garcia is going to keep that in, you know. He's got yards with him. It'll win him a corner. Pira on the block. Phoenix adding the pace they lacked in the first couple of minutes. Garcia. Hogan! Oh! Just like that! Hogan fizzes it into the bottom corner. Nothing Attic could do, and when they are pressed, they pushed back.
This is an all-time classic, Ethan. Back and forward. I don't even know the scores. There's been that many goal scorers this game. It can't continue, can it?
Oh, it can. And David Jakub is looking to make sure that happens. Hogan on the cutout. Garcia, they couldn't go the other way, could they? Garcia around Turkman, they can! They absolutely can! What a wonderful goal! Northern Phoenix have reinstated it in next to no time. Hume edged it away, and just when the pressure was building, Phoenix pummeled 2 in a minute of their own.
Is that game? Is that series? Is that match? Is it done? Are Hume done?
Certainly not. Jakub's giving it away, however. Garcia, who's been integral, has lost out. Cicek now on the march. Jakub on the overlap. Uvide Cicek's giving it to him. He's turned it wide. With how this game is going, you just expected that to find the net. But he's turned it wide. In a game that has just been end-to-end since its restart. This is wonderful. This is futsal at its finest. Turkman, pressed by Stellitano, found Jakub, who's got around Hogan. Tried to check his way back. Hogan's won in fairly. Toma then came to pick it up. Turkman was the one who won it. Montfroy on the slide concedes a corner.
And you can see Hogan is fatigued just that little bit. Jakub turning him inside out there, and you don't really get that from Hogan unless he is out of energy.
Garcia wanting to get away. Pira on the slide has won it back with a hand from Cicek. Lovely touch from Pira. They nearly turned it in. Stellitano nearly had the most unfortunate recovery. Sapina suits it up. He's ready to come on. Hume have a corner.
Absolutely wonderful from Yanni Pira, but I do question the bit of fancy tricks in a game like this when you're 3-0 down. It's not right. You need to go for it. You need to give everything you can. No skills, no tricks. Just put it in the back of the net.
Pira's corner. A lot more straightforward to Haddad. Tried to find Cicek. Hogan with a loose touch. Got it away to Garcia. Shout for handball waved away. Toma's got Stellitano with him. Gio Stellitano didn't get the connection. Well, looking for Toma. Haddad now for Cicek. 2-on-1 for Hume. Tried to find Pira. Hogan, that's a brilliant read. Superb read.
Gio Stellitano looking for that Van Basten-like volley. If you've seen that Netherlands 1988 final, fantastic. Couldn't quite put it off, but hey, got to give him the credit for trying.
Turkman's side ball. Cicek. Hume now, just slowing it down. They might need to. This game has been out of this world since the restart. Cicek got it down the line to Haddad. Face to face with Hogan. Montfroy spilled it. Cicek gets another. Momentum switches again. And this time, Hume have wrestled it back. Back within 2. And we know what happened the last time they did that. Toma can't find Stellitano. What on earth are we watching here? This start to the second half is something you quite frankly would never have seen. You may never see it again. Still, even still, 17 minutes to go. To see who will be at Series Futsal. Phoenix up 11-9 on aggregate, 7-5 on the night. Stellitano twisting away from Turkman, got through them all. Stellitano took over from Toma. Suede wanted it to break. Stellitano still standing tall. Haddad just told him to head it off. Sapina, who's been introduced, switched it for Hogan. Tried to tease it down the line for Toma, but could only find touch. This is outrageous. Not just the speed, but the quality of futsal on display. Neither team giving an inch. Everything worked for Hogan. Stellitano around Suede. Attic off his line. Just happy to escort it out. And breathe. Maybe for the first time since the resumption, possibly tonight. Just have a breath. swayed down the line, only as far as Sapina. Toma drifted, he thought about it momentarily. Stelitano, who just held the space. Couldn't go around Haddad. Where do we go from here? What twist, what turn have we got next? On the playoff road. Sapina. Back to Stelitano. Again, not around Haddad. Phoenix will keep it. Sapina once again. Stelitano shifted inside of Haddad, recycled it to Sapina. These two just soaking up some seconds. Stelitano's gone round. Attic hasn't got there. Hogan's tapped it in. Beautiful from Stelitano. Hogan on hand with a lovely finish. Attic came flying off his line. Thankfully, did not collect as much of Stelitano as he could have, otherwise he also would have walked. Swayed, Dustizada out of play. Brilliant goal. Stelitano with a tidy chip. Hogan timed his back post run to perfection, and once again, the margin is 3.
I'm going to say it again, it cannot continue on like this, Ethan. How many goals are going through? It's 3 goals, the difference between Hume and Phoenix, and it seems like it's been like that the entire game. Your goals are going in left, right and centre.
Toma with a lovely touch. Sapina caught on it by Cicek. Toma in the way. Ubade Cicek's picked his pocket. Hamza Swade has turned it wide. Huge chance.
That's where you got to put in the back of the net. You know, that's the important one. You have all the time in the world. You just have to put it at least on target. Let the keeper do some work. And Sapina has been put into the book.
Yellow card for dissent for Sapina, who has only come in the building for the second half. Has to walk a tightrope to the end. Montfroy. Here is Sapina. Cicek one in ahead of him. Haddad backs into Toma. Him and Sapina tried to sort it out. Hogan robustly. Montfroy. Look long. Stelitano away from Dustizada. Invited Cicek, who did very well to shield it. Dustizada. Lost out to Stelitano, who's picked it up. Has Toma one way. Shifted it to Sapina, who tried to get around 3 of them. Somehow it works out. Toma! Stelitano on the chip. Attic pushed it away for a corner.
I don't know if I would have gone for that one. I think I would have just pummeled the ball into the back of the net.
Another Phoenix corner.
And our production team there laughing because he knows I can't kick a ball.
Toma tried to fizz one again towards Attic. Cicek got in the way. Hume have got it all to answer for. Can they find at least 3 still to get themselves into it? Haddad held it up well. Cicek, Hamza Swade. Cicek, loose touch. Stelitano in well and has kept it. Moved it on to Sapina. Phoenix just applying pressure at the right time. Sapina caught on it, but happy to keep possession.
He keeps possession quite well, Sapina. His feet superb. I think for someone of his height to have the ability on the ball, it is quite fantastic.
Phoenix want a timeout. In fact, Phoenix have handed that rather quickly. They say next out. Hogan, Toma. Back for Hogan. Stelitano on the switch. Cicek in to win it. Swade will keep it alive. Tried to check back from Sapina, who's on a yellow. Tried to show him the inside, and then Swade rather wasteful. Phoenix want that timeout. It just depends whenever it comes. No, in fact, they were handing it to the Hume bench. How very sporting. Hogan on for Toma. Haddad at his back. Toma trying to turn away from him. Still wanting that left. Hogan on the return. Cicek on the challenge. Hogan side ball. Sapina. Stelitano. Tried to go down the line for Toma. Dustizada in the way. Northern Phoenix just taking the sting out of the situation.
Well, they have a lot of sting to take in this game. I think there's about 15 minutes left. So plenty of time for Hume to make something happen. But Phoenix need to waste all of it, any antic they can. Because at the end of the day, this could still be a 1-goal game.
Or they could try to add another. Sapina was storming through and just couldn't quite find it. Romario Barjo, just wondering why Stelitano didn't try to sprint centrally. Dustizada. Suede. Into Dustizada. They didn't plan that, but it came out to Haddad nonetheless. Hogan with a good challenge. Staletano away from them both. Forced on. Suede picked it up. Gone around Toma, who recovered well.
And again, Lucas Hogan doing wonder to stop the formidable Anthony Haddad from turning or even holding up the ball. It just shows the quality of the players, even in the state leagues.
Suede, again, Toma in the way to make the challenge. Very tidy.
And I have to say, Ethan, for someone like Haddad, fantastic player. But when you're a Futsalroo on the cusp, when you're in the scene, you're making it, you need to show that you are a Futsalroo. You have to show yourself in these type of games.
Toma. Found by Montfroy. Hume go on the high press. Teased it for Staletano. Cicek at his back. Him and Staletano battle. Cicek wins that one. Shifted it away from Toma. Got around Sapina. Recycled it to Suede, who thought about it. Giving it away. Staletano is clean through. It's Gio Staletano. It's wide. That might have been their moment to have a 4-goal lead and to really, really hit home on the advantage.
And Gio Staletano trying to RIP this game. Couldn't quite do it. Couldn't put it on target, and it needs to be better there.
Haddad drilling wide. Having been found well by Dustizada. Watson reinstated just to give Staletano a rest. Montfroy, Sapina, silky touch. And then just inviting.
Look at that.
The runners and the waiters on for him. Watson down the line. Sapina taking his time.
It's a little joker.
Oh, beautiful. Attic has made it work. Khaled Attic might be going on a run of his own. Tried to poke it. Montfroy with an open net. It's not a clean connection at all. Yakub. Back for Cicek, who's played it out.
I just wonder how long's left in this game.
13 minutes. Inside the final quarter of an hour. Toma. Worked it for Watson, who got away from Cicek. Sapina, Hogan, who has not missed a minute. Tried to thread it through. Cicek read it well. Dustizada then dusted it up. Cicek. Switch for Haddad. Face to face with Hogan again, who has just been with him all night. Yakub. Haddad. Cicek. Hume exercising some patience of their own. David Yakub. Dustizada had a yard, didn't get the connection. Hogan ran himself into a cul-de-sac, didn't get around Haddad.
And Hume, they were really putting a lot of pressure on Phoenix early on, and it seems like it's fizzled out just a little bit in terms of going forward. They are putting physicality into the game, but that's not going to be enough now that they're 3 goals.
Yakub tried to shift away from Sapina, did win a corner. Hume, if they want to start the march, have to now. Cicek to rifle one, and was over.
Sent that right into Futsal Victoria.
Montfroy looking long. Sapina wanted to get out the back. Watson's picked it up. Yakub on the block. Haddad in ahead of Sapina, who has to be careful. Clipped it to Dustizada, who's away from Toma, so he thought. That's a super block. Toma didn't want it to pick it up. He's on the march. He's got Sapina up with him. And that's a super block from Cicek to get it into Attic's arms. Dustizada on for Haddad. Worked it back for Dustizada. They can't turn it in.
How is that not gone in from Cicek? He just couldn't get onto it in the right place, the right time. They've done everything correctly, and it's like the gods are watching and they've said, no, not this time.
How huge an opening is that for Hume?
And again, look, if that goes in, you could almost say this game is back on. At the moment, it's slowly slipping like an hourglass. Tick, tick, tick. We're almost at the end.
Toma. Lofted it. Sapina nearly got it down. That was nearly Dennis Bergkamp-esque. Pira. Around Hogan. Montfroy parried. Toma picked it up. Stabbed it away from Yakub. Watson worked it for Sapina, who's twisting and turning. Getting away from Pira. He's almost walking through them at the moment. And Turkmen's challenge finds touch.
I'll be very surprised if no one picks up Jonathan Sapina from the higher end of series futsal. That Western United, Pascoe Vale. I feel like he could really do a wonder in a very solid side. He's fantastic.
This time robbed of it. Hogan there to mop it up. Sapina again has got runners. Toma's one. He's found Toma. Attic off his line has cleared it. Turkman, Pira, not around Sapina.
I think if my time mapping is correct, it'll be about 10 minutes left in this game. This will switch. Well, 11 is the production team suggesting to me this will switch as soon as Hume plays fifth man. I think that's where we're really going to see if Phoenix actually has it in them to carry on this victory.
Well, to be series, you must defend against a tactic in which series futsal teams use in abundance. Here's Toma. Sat down Suede, kept that in terrifically. Did Joseph Toma, had two around him, stabbed it through to Watson, who worked it on for Hogan, wanted the 1-2. Turkman's flick on. David Jakub, Hume go high. Suede trying to wriggle beyond Watson, but fired it into the near post.
Looks like Ali Chaban has packed his bags and he's out of here. Walking around, leaving the place, I have no idea.
He's pointing to his quad. Something doesn't quite feel right. Watson had a stab.
But if I'm the coach and my player walks off, even if he's decapitated, I want him on the bench, to be honest, to be honest with you. That's what I want from my players. Full commitment.
Josh Fusco really taking...
Don't quote me on that.
Taking the Mourinho approach. Pira! Monfroy with a firm pair of hands. Sapina backed into a corner. This actually suits Phoenix, as Sapina is just spinning away from Pira, who is trying not to foul him, trying to win it back. How many? Too many. And Yanni Pira, for a few words, is just told to have a second, and for kicking it away, will go into the book. It's all falling apart. Hume frustration bubbling over. Yanni Pira in the book for just lumping it away after the whistle.
Like a house of cards, that could be the one moment to really make this game collapse. If you're losing your head this much time, really, do you even deserve to be in serious futsal?
Certainly something to ponder. Hume are not out of it. They need 3 at least in 10 minutes. Hogan had to clear his lines. The press was good.
And Hume, right now, I'll tell you what they need, Ethan, sincerely, with the bottom of my heart, a grenade. Something to throw into this battlefield and blow it all up. Blow up the plan. Find something new. Someone needs to be a spark.
Could it be Pira? Could it be David Jakub, who was the spark on Sunday? Moved it on to Suede. Turkman. Phoenix happy to sit deep and box out. Hamza Suede once again searching for an opening. Turkman teased it down the line. Montfroy came and got there.
Side ball, Hume. Hamza Suede to take it, and this is really a moment of massive magnitude. If they can just get a shot on target, if they can find Jakub, if he can put it in, Sapina the block.
Sapina in the way. And Hume will reload. Once again, Jakub the target. Fizzed it across. This time Hogan on the block. Northern Phoenix won't mind this. Jakub trying to shift an angle inside and flash this shot over the top.
Again, forcing it with the left foot there. Blasts it way out of bounds and almost hits the 3 amigos over there. Tyler Lewis, Theo and Nicholas Parthamos sitting on the bench. Fantastic contributors to the game.
Yeah, warm welcome home for Nicholas Parthamos as well, who's spent some time over in Europe. Sapina with a sharp turn, lovely touch on. Watson might have a look. Cicek on the block. Watson kept it alive. Turkman, they're not able to get around Watson, who's wriggling away from the ball.
Oh, he's gone.
Him, and that might be that for Khaled Attic.
Kaboom.
Rough, robust, didn't get the ball, did get Watson.
That's one little talking to. I think he might just be safe. He's gone in. Really, he sent him into a different stratosphere. Cross-dimensional, that one was from Khaled Attic.
Those of a Phoenix persuasion, making the point that there is some fortune in that.
Very lucky. Very, very lucky.
Sapina's free kick. Attic this time on the split. Pira. Hogan just holding him up, allowing them to get back. Cicek now on the march. Took a stumble. Allowed Vu to nip in. Watson wanted the switch, only found us.
It was a really good pass to the speaker, but it's not what they needed right now, and they'll start again with Turkman.
And they find an opening. Hamza Suede, Ubade Cicek. Suede once again, Turkmen. Hume have got to make something of this right now. They need to get on the march. You know what a goal does for the nerves. Suede, cut out by Hogan. Sapina's picked it up, holding it away from Suede. He's doing superbly as Sapina, drawing two, drawing three. Some way, somehow, has found a way out, but conceded possession.
That's honestly illegal, the way he dribbles. He's actually fantastic. But the question I want to raise to you is, when is Hume going to implement the fifth man, the flying keeper?
We're in the final 10. Will they wait to the final 5? Turkmen on the switch for Cicek. Hogan standing him up. Turkmen once again. Garcia on the press. Hume are going to call timeout. This might be the move. Mo Temel quick to issue it as well. Cicek. Suede. This might be the time for Hume to go fifth. Inside the final 10 minutes, but will time trickle down before they get any meaningful moments with it? Cicek, Turkmen just about kept that in. Ubade Cicek, fine margins. Pira. Vu just standing off. Cicek again. They're making inroads, but they're not getting territory. Turkmen! Montfroy's ball. Quickly for Sapina, who's happy to soak up the seconds.
He just flicked the ball to himself.
Finds Hogan, who's got Garcia with him. Face to face with Turkmen. Garcia's gone around, and Attic's made a smart save. Garcia's second, that is another. Phoenix have another to break Hume hearts. Garcia kept alive on the second and then drilled it in. Hume will have timeout. What on earth are we watching here? Hume will have timeout off the back of another Northern Phoenix goal. The buffer is 4. It is 9-5 on the night, 13-9 on aggregate.
สำหรับผมในกีฬาฟุตซอลครับ2อย่างที่ต้องมีครับในตัวนักกีฬาฟุตซอลครับก็ระเบียบวินัยแล้วก็ความมุ่งมั่นครับมี2อย่างนี้ก็ทำให้คุณอาจจะประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
ก็ฟุตซอลเป็นเหมือนชีวิตผมครับเพราะว่าผมทำมันมาตั้งแต่เด็กแล้วก็คิดว่ามันน่าจะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งในชีวิตของผมเลยครับ
ผมเสียสละในกีฬานี้ก็ในเรื่องของเวลาครับเพราะว่าเราต้องทิ้งทุกอย่างไว้ข้างหลังครับแล้วก็คอนเซนเทรตแล้วก็มีความมุ่งมั่นกับกีฬานี้เพื่อที่จะ
We are back from timeout. Hume have absolutely everything to do. They have to climb their Everest. Phoenix have a 4-goal lead, and Phoenix in this second half, in a topsy-turvy one, have been flying. Hume do not go fifth, as some might have suspected. Some thought they would have. They have 8 minutes to save themselves, but Garcia's on the march. Sapina just holding it up. Wanted to re-find Hogan. Hume immediately go on the high press. Dustizada got a nod on. Yakub. Not away from Garcia. Attic, who's on a booking and on a last warning, finds Cicek, who got around Sapina. Ubade Cicek, is this the start of the march? It's come back. Haddad, brilliant. What a save from Montfroy.
And he's proving he deserves the spot, the number 98. Making a crucial save. He didn't start in the first game. Has made his position solidified.
Yakub's corner. Dustizada heavy. Cicek invited Garcia to come and win it, which he obliged. He's got Vu up with him. Garcia's lost out. Yakub has Haddad. Yakub has Cicek. Drove it into Sapina. Garcia in on Dustizada smartly. Again, not away from Yakub. Hume do not want to hold up with a foul. Garcia waiting on his options. Tried to go down the line for Sapina. Cicek always on pole position. Dustizada in for Haddad, who's still trying to work that angle, but Hogan has closed the door all night. Cicek. not further than Sapina.
Look, I'm going to state the absolute obvious here, but Hume really should be playing fifth man. They're a serious futsal team. I mean, this is the way to take out a team that traditionally defends fifth man like I cook creme brulee terribly.
Cicek into Haddad. Montfroy. It's crept in. It has crept in. And they have won. Anthony Haddad has his goal, and Hume might just have a lifeline.
Well, 8 minutes to go. Just under. Can that really spark something? I'm not sure.
Cicek in on Sapina has given away a free kick.
At the end of the day, they can complain in this game, but they are losing because they have conceded more goals than they have scored. Obvious. I'm having too much fun with it.
Garcia again has given it away. Anthony Haddad, Montfroy, that's a better punch. That's a better save.
Now we're really seeing the start of what Haddad can bring to this game. Really turning it up. Now he has something to prove. Can he lead this team at least to extra time?
They need 3. They've needed 3 for a long portion of tonight. They got within 1, but then Phoenix came back and reinstated it. They then worsened it. It is now as it has been for majority. Cicek, Haddad. Distizada. Can Hume get within 2? Can they continue to knock on the door and create a bit of uncertainty? Here is Distizada face to face with Sapina, who's happy to stand off him. Cicek. Those two just keeping it with one another. Jakub. Garcia with an important touch, just slows it down again. Cicek. Dustizada. Jakub down the line, has drifted inside. Haddad through the legs. Jakub's touch too heavy. That was a tidy move. Terrifically worked, but it just did not have the finishing touch from David Jakub. Montfroy, Stellitano's touch, a loose one. Rolls all the way back for Attic.
And again, I want to go back to my point of why they should implement the fifth man at this stage of the game. Look how good Phoenix are at defending the middle of the court. They are so compact, there's no movement. And at the end of the day, Hume need to create those open spaces, stretch out the defense and allow those balls through the middle to easily tap home past a really on-form goalkeeper from Northern Phoenix.
Montfroy's had a marvellous night. Hogan just hammered that away. Cicek, Haddad wanted to spin again. They've shot that door well all evening. Dustizada, not around Stellitano, who gives away a free kick.
And I'm not quite sure how many fouls Northern Phoenix have left to give. So it might be in the game plan to really throw a little more. So when you're only given one foul away for the entire half, you go in hard. You really try and make it difficult for your opposition to get in there.
Haddad's free kick! Via deflection is in! And they're not done yet! Hume have a lifeline, and Hume have a way back.
It's an absolute roller coaster. 6 minutes to go, and that'll make it a 2-goal buffer. And it is slowly creeping back into the light. Hume are.
9-7 on the night. 13-11 on aggregate. What a terrific, terrific tie, and we're not done yet. 6 minutes for Phoenix to hold on. 6 minutes for Hume to save themselves. Hogan, Garcia, around Turkman, Stellitano on the march, tried to tease it for Sapina, found Attic's arms, who's wanted to go immediately. Haddad, not away from Garcia, not away from Hogan, moved it on for Turkman. They might be within one. They done it! Pira's placed it in, they're within one. Now then. Phoenix's time to call timeout. Hume have ripped themselves back into this game. 2 goals in quick succession, like it was at the start of the half, mean that on the night, it's 9-8 Phoenix. On aggregate, it's 13-12.
พัฒนาตัวเองแล้วก็ไปสู่ความสำเร็จครับ
สำหรับต้องมีความมุ่งมั่นแล้วก็ความอดทนแล้วก็ความพยายามครับผมถึงประสบความสำเร็จได้ครับ
พวกเราไม่เคยหยุดไล่ล่า พวกเรามาที่นี่เพื่อพิชิต พวกเราหยุดไม่ได้
We are within one as we return from timeout. Phoenix calling it at a pressure point, at a pressure moment. They've had control of this game. They were 4 clear a minute ago. Hume within one, and that's on the turn! Montfroy's made a brilliant save. He's fizzed it. Garcia, tidy touch. Pira in possession. Side ball.
And if Hume do this, this will be the greatest comeback I have seen since St Kilda, I think, last night. A couple nights ago.
Pira's side ball into Haddad, who has really come to life. Trying to get away from Stellitano on the retreat. Attic lofted it. Stellitano with a touch. Hogan to prevent the corner has kept it in. He's got Sapina, who's under pressure from Cicek. Lovely 1-2. Brilliantly moved by Phoenix. Stellitano! Attic on the save. Stellitano second. Garcia trying to get away from Cicek, who made the recovery challenge. Still going is Garcia. Cicek's one in. It's 2-on-1. Pira's in. Brilliant. Huge from Sapina, who's made the slide, has shifted it for Stellitano. Pira in retreat, turned his way out of trouble.
Oh,
moved it on.
The needle.
Class for Cicek. Hogan on the interception. Turkman charging through. Again off Hogan. Not once but twice. 2 shouts for handball turned down. Haddad is now deepest and it'll trickle all the way back.
There's surely no way Phoenix can lose it from here. It's not possible. It would be the greatest comeback from Hume in all of humanity.
Cicek's picked it off. They're 3-on-2. Umide Cicek. Pira! Montfroy again in the way. Quickly on for Stellitano, who had Turkman. Gave it back to Garcia. Phoenix have finally come back to the party. Sapina hustled off it by Cicek. Pira couldn't find Haddad.
I'm telling you what, Hume looking more promising in this portion of the game. Really, Northern Phoenix are stuttering, just like me. In this game, they just, it's not coming together.
Final 5 minutes. Phoenix are 5 minutes from promotion. Hume are 5 minutes as it stands from relegation, potentially from extra time. They need but one. Hogan, that's a beauty of a ball. Garcia taking it down gratefully and turned it wide. Every chance right now feels like the golden opportunity. Every chance feels like it is potentially a series futsal finish. Suede shifted beyond Stellitano. Pira's picked it up. Yanni Pira. Turkman round the corner for Hamza Suede. Toma with a huge challenge. Stellitano equally as big. Toma with a tidy touch. Stellitano tugged back by Yakub. Free kick.
It's got to be done there. Sometimes you just have to go in the book.
Two fouls. Takes Phoenix, takes Hume to 5.
Wow. What a twist to the tail.
They have to be perfect from here. Stellitano has a free kick. Northern Phoenix are 4 minutes from the promised land. Stellitano over the bar.
With a keen opportunity there from Stellitano, but perhaps they should have gone for a more secure route and held the ball a little bit, look for an optimal chance.
Yakub, Pira, beautiful touch. Montfroy with a huge challenge. David Yakub off the line. 2 shouts for handball turned away. Stellitano's picked it up. Suede on the challenge. The Hume bench are incensed. Garcia. Toma. Garcia wanted to pick it up, lost it out to Jakub. Joseph Toma with a tidy challenge.
I'm going to send a message out to the production team. Was that a handball? Can we go back? Can we check it? Can we get anything on it? Play on.
Suede. Cicek, time of the essence now. Pira down the line for Jakub. Hamza Suede, not away from Toma, who's come up huge. Huge challenge.
And again, they've made that transition. Juan Garcia coming off, Julian Vu on, bringing some fresh legs into the game. Lucas Hogan again, he's been on for just an insane amount of time. I actually envy his stamina.
And here is Hogan, found by Toma. Vu down the line. Phoenix have just got to play this smart. Stellitano's touch, Toma didn't give him the run.
We're in the final 3 minutes, and these could be the most crucial 3 minutes in the history of both of these clubs. Hume, after the season they had, all the highs, all the glory, will they go to the championship?
Stellitano's picked it off from Pira, stabbed it through, Toma's rolled it wide! That is a huge chance for Northern Phoenix.
He'll be disappointed with himself, a player of Toma's calibre. He's fantastic, he doesn't usually let him go that easy.
Montfroy got a slide, Haddad will happily let it trickle out. This game is going to finish how it started, at a breakneck speed. Jakub, Cicek, 2 minutes. Haddad on the turn, Montfroy again.
That's a fantastic save to be made when there is a player in front of you blocking your vision to get that low, to block that shot. That is fantastic.
Hume have a corner. In fact, they have a side ball. They have 3 minutes to find a goal. Haddad off Stellitano. Hogan this time preventing him. Stellitano on the march. Gio Stellitano has turned it wide again.
Oof. He's got to do better there, to be honest with you, Stellitano. Fantastic player, but put it on target. Make the keeper do some work.
Attic loading long. Hogan's picked it off, and he's going on a march all by himself. Hogan was around Cicek. Stellitano was in. They'll have a free kick.
No, they don't. They've got a penalty.
They do. They have a 10-metre penalty. In fact, it's gone the other way.
Oh, I apologise. I am too quick to it. I jumped the gun. I have jumped the gun. He's gone diving, fishing. There he goes.
On a night like this, Hogan's going to go into the book.
Wow, he's going to get the yellow. He's on the chopping board and he's going to get the cheese.
We've had it all. We have had it. We've just absolutely had it all tonight. And this game couldn't possibly throw up something else, could it? Wow. Hogan, who has been crucial, is down. Hume might realise this is their moment.
Is that 3 fouls now as well for Northern Phoenix?
2.
Wow, with Lucas Hogan gone, this is actually a key optimal opportunity for Hume to come back into this game. He is the best defender on the court. He is the stabiliser in an otherwise unorganised team. The movement from him up front to him at the back has transitioned Northern Phoenix's game plan entirely.
Subpoena immediately on. Toma dropping the deepest. Vu, Stellitano, Subpoena, you would think to see it out. 2.5 minutes. For Phoenix to hang on, for Hume to find a remedy. And the froth mop is needed. What on earth have we had tonight? We have had absolutely everything. An incredible night, an incredible tie from 2 incredible teams. And you get the feeling that if both could go up, they would on a night like this. However, only one can prevail. 2.5 minutes to go. Right now, it's Northern Phoenix, who are headed to series futsal. Hume are within 1. Cicek to restart. Pira. Back for Ubade Cicek. Tried to thread it through to Haddad. Montfroy has come the long way around to pick it up. and has looked to spear it long. Vu got round, tried to touch it on. Haddad not away from Toma. Vu in recovery. Haddad might have it fall to him. Sapina with an important challenge. Haddad has gone down. Ball signal. Steletano. Cicek doing battle. Phoenix ball at the end of it all. 2 minutes. Sapina. Steletano kept it in. Vu's all on his own. Pira, that's a huge challenge. Conceding a corner, but stopping Vu from icing it. How's your nerve, both of you? Sapina, Toma. To drill one, it's wide. That was nearly the moment for Phoenix to reinstate the 2. It stays at 1. Pira. Around Vu, around Sapina, who's pulled him back. Now Sapina's already been booked. Jonathan Sapina is off. Second yellow, he is done. Yo! And Phoenix will go to the end, a man down.
I'm telling you, a Hollywood scriptwriter could not write this game with the amount of twists and turns, and now they're 4 men against 5.
Sapina off.
Would that mean 4 fouls?
4 fouls.
Wow. A minute? 2 minutes. They can't do it. It's not possible. I mean, honestly, Ethan, if I had to bet anything, it's not possible. They can't surely come back from this game.
Inside the final 2 minutes, Haddad has a free kick. Phoenix are a man down, and Hume have their opening. It's now or it is never. Some can barely watch. Haddad to drill it, it's wide. It's wide. And the first of many waves, Phoenix survive.
Survival is on the cusp at the moment. There's time ticking down, but Hume, with the way they're playing, anything is possible.
Pira, Vu with a clean challenge. Steletano now on the march, holding it up around 4. Dustizard has won it back, you know. He might be on a march of his own. Pira's on the far side. Toma with a huge block. A massive, massive block.
And I believe they'll play the entire game without that extra player.
They will.
If you're Hume, settle down. You have the opportunities. You're going to get the chances. Move the ball.
Haddad. Dustizada. Cicek. Dustizada again, a loose touch, but it won't matter. Steletano on the press. Haddad inside of Vu. Switch it on for Cicek again. Trying to work a yard. Dustizada, another block. Steletano could now go the other way. Haddad happily on the challenge. Steletano's pushed it. Gio Steletano has smashed it in. He picked Haddad's pocket, and Phoenix might be headed for the top flight.
Wow! Give this man a contract extension.
Steletano might just have sealed it. Might just have promoted Phoenix to the promised land. They have been trying for oh so long to get themselves up. Hugh might not be done yet. Haddad, Toma with the challenge. Pira's picked it up. Away from Steletano, the first time, not the second, and he got the final touch.
I can't believe I'm going to say that. Joseph Akon, after starting the season in just terrible form, honestly terrible form, has managed to turn it around and could see himself, after one season of coaching, in series futsal.
They are under a minute away. Hume have finally gone 5th. Attic is out. Pira. Anthony Haddad. Toma's made the block. Corner. They need 2 in a minute and just under. Cicek, Julian Vu in the way. Phoenix are holding firm. 30 seconds.
It's not possible. 2 goals in 30 seconds? It's not possible.
It's happened tonight. Twice.
Thanks.
Suede. Cicek. Dustizada. Anthony Haddad. They have won.
It's on! It is on. What the?
They have won. Hamza Suede with a tidy touch. Phoenix have a 4 back on.
21 seconds. 21 seconds. This is the most intense futsal of your life. They have to give everything at it. Throw the kitchen sink. Rebuild the house.
Here we go.
Oh, what a joker.
Stellitano's kickoff. Toma. That might not do. Atix looked for it. Garcia has one in ahead of Dustizada. Suede's going to take him out. They're all flying in.
Foul. There it is. He's pushing. He's going. He's going. Okay, it's no, my job.
Everything is hitting the floor. Phoenix have not eclipsed 5 fouls. There's 7 seconds. Problem being, Garcia might walk for this, you know. And I can't imagine Suede is going to fare much better.
You're witnessing history, no matter the result.
One of the great playoff ties. Possibly the greatest of all time.
I think this is the greatest night of futsal in terms of playoff futsal ever.
Hume have a free kick. Every single person is up.
How many seconds? 16?
7.
7 seconds. Lucky number 7.
Ubade Cicek in number 7 stood over it. It is now or never. It's all on this. Cicek, Dustizada, they're out of time.
Okay.
They are out of time. Northern Phoenix are headed to series futsal, you know. Unless
It's over.
They are there.
They've done it. That is ridiculous.
they are there. The great wait is over. Phoenix have tried 3 seasons, 2 years of heartbreak, of pain, of playoff despair. But Northern Phoenix have finally overcome it. They are headed to the promised land. A rocky start to the season, and they have now found sunnier shores. They have salvation. They have found the sunniest of shores. Next season, Phoenix are headed to the top flight. And for Hume, who have been a stalwart for oh so long, they are relegated to the championship in the greatest playoff tie you will ever see.
Ethan, I'm going to stop you there. I'm getting Joseph Akon. This has never been done. We don't have interviews. I'm going to shut up. You're going to talk to him. Joseph Akon, everyone, they said you couldn't do it. They said this was impossible. They said you couldn't coach. They said you were a cone. And now you're in series futsal.
Yeah, look, I'm still a cone, don't worry. Just but look, this is fantastic. This is exactly what we've been This is what we've been saying throughout the whole season. Give the championship team a challenge. Put us up against the so-called big dogs of series, and we are happy to match them. Again, I'm not talking about the Molad and future, but there are some teams that I think the championship teams can fight against. And today, we've come up. We've had some few chances to play playoffs. We've lost a couple of them, but this is it. This is the moment we knew we were going to win. Put on the pressure, give us the challenge, and we are here. The championship, everyone kept saying the championship teams can't do it, and here we are. We are ready to prove a point, but there's still a long way to go, and I'm still learning, so I don't want to put myself out there that much.
After so many seasons in the playoffs of falling just a little bit short, it can be so easy to get disheartened. How have you kept going? How have you kept the players hungry? And how have you managed to go again?
Well, look, at the start of the game, all I said to the boys was, the pressure is not on us. The pressure is not on us. The pressure is on Hume because they're the top series team and they have a point to prove. We have nothing to lose. At the end of the day, we coming up and they've spent money to bring in players. So it wasn't for us to win. It's for them to win and the pressure's on them. So I told the boys, let them be the pressure and we just go out there and do what we need to do.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your celebrations, Joe. You've richly deserved them. And we'll see you next season in the top flight.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure, boys. And hopefully we can steal some few players from other teams. But look, I'm very happy with my boys. And you know, thank you for this opportunity to play in series. I just want to go and celebrate with my boys. Let's go!
Unbelievable. the perfect end to a perfect playoff series. The most amazing night to round it all out. 2 games which had everything, and we saved the best for last. Drama to the maximum. Full time on the night. Northern Phoenix 10, Hume 9 on aggregate. 14-13, and Phoenix are headed to the top flight.